And now, live from the Man Cave Studios, deep in the heart of constitutional Livingston County, Michigan, on a Tuesday night, set up Rant, with co-hosts Patrick Acton's in the house, our buddy Teddy the Fetty Bester, yours truly, Larry Parsons, annoying Teddy from the microphone. This is my brain. And now, the host with the most, the man that put this show together just to annoy everyone around him, Mr. Jeremy Scott Gibbs.
That's really just to annoy Larry, but everybody else can join in.
You're a gay fish.
You're a gay fish. And neither one of my Zooms worked, so I had to manually do it. But it works out good. As they say in the fictional movie Apollo 13, I guess we've had our one glitch for the
There you go.
for this show.
We had our one gremlin. And
One gremlin. But then remember in that it did blow up later.
yes. Thank you for a wonderful dinner. That was incredible.
Dude. I like cooking spaghetti. I don't always get to do it, but that was some good, huh?
Yes.
And then Patrick whipped up a signature salad out of his out of what was left over from Jazzy's.
It's a nice change because
are you dead?
spaghetti is my favorite.
Teddy, he's dead.
And there's so many different versions of spaghetti. Like yours is so much different than my wife's,
Here, I'll get him.
but they're both wonderful.
Yeah,
I couldn't pick a favorite because they're both absolutely wonderful.
Right.
Right. My wife doesn't put any of the hot peppers or no onions or anything like that in spaghetti. It's just meat and sauce, but it's really, really good.
I love the sweet peppers. I've gotten into
Yes.
those, and so one day I had some and I chopped them up and added them to the sauce. They're just the sweet, multicolored peppers.
I quit making spaghetti because nobody in my house would eat it but me.
Okay.
So I just went ahead and just ate what my wife made because it's still good.
Right.
When I would take a pound of hamburger, and then I would mix it with Bob Evans hot sausage, a pound of that, and I would fry it up with onions, green peppers, yellow peppers, banana peppers, and sometimes, but not usually, I'd throw some jalapenos in there. But
That's why nobody wanted to eat it, because it sounds like it would burn your face off.
no, it definitely wouldn't do that. But
Jalapenos. What else did you say?
green peppers, yellow peppers, banana peppers. I'd fry all that up, and it all cooked together with the onions
With the hot
in the
sausage.
meat, with the hot sausage.
And some habanero sauce in it.
Right?
Yeah,
Ghost pepper.
no, none of that. No.
I like doing the
Sometimes jalapenos, but I would never use a lot, just enough to where where you got a little bit of the flavoring. But yeah, it was
I never liked the chunks of tomato
yeah.
in spaghetti when people do it like that.
Yeah, I don't
That
like
never
that
appealed to
either.
me.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you what I like. I like getting the sauce to where it's pretty spicy,
Yeah,
not overly spicy,
right.
and then throwing the sweet peppers in it,
Yeah.
because then you get that sweet
Uh-huh.
and spicy flavoring together. And of course, I have to throw in my my specialty mushrooms
Yes.
in there and mix that all together. So that turns out.
Good
Yours sounds
stuff.
like it would burn my face off. So
No.
I'm
Well,
gonna pass.
It would
I
not.
had to take a little bit of that hot sauce out of the refrigerator, red hot, and throw some of that on it. And then a little more, and a little more, and a little more.
Yeah, no.
That's all you, buddy.
Actually, it would be just enough a spice so you know it's there, not overpowering.
Right?
That's what I was looking for.
Yeah, I don't like it when it's so damn hot you can't feel your tongue anymore because
No.
it's burned out of your face.
Chili, yes.
Yeah.
Spaghetti, no.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mom didn't trust me this morning. So.
I did not have any of the garlic bread, although I desperately wanted some.
Oh, you missed out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we
There's
all
two
have
different-
I
garlic
had to
bread.
choose my
There's
carbs.
two different kinds, bro.
Yeah.
cheesy one, and then the regular garlic bread.
I've always loved the Cole's original and zesty, both of those. And sometimes I'll even do I'll sprinkle more cheese on it, but I didn't do it because we had the cheesy bread today, the separate cheesy bread. So I didn't bother putting cheese on the Cole's, but I've always loved the Cole's French loaf. We've done it ourselves before, where you get a regular French loaf and you cut it down the middle, and then butter the hell out of it, and then garlic it.
Yep.
That does turn out really good.
Oh yeah.
But it takes more work.
More fun though. I mean,
It is. Well, I mean, I already did a lot of work on the spaghetti sauce
get that.
itself.
So it's nice to be back after a week off.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
had some gremlins last week, so we couldn't go online, but we are back and up and running.
Right.
By the way,
Dale says he likes a marinara, a good one.
mhm.
I like getting it like a really good base. What's my favorite one? It's not Prego. It's not ragu. It's got to be Prego. I get like a Prego, just regular sauce.
Yeah,
Like, I don't want anything in it because I'm going to put all my stuff in it.
My wife uses a ragu as a base. She chooses, I think it's ragu meat sauce that she chooses as her base.
Okay.
But then she does whatever she does after that.
I've got a really good, it's a spaghetti seasoning.
Yeah.
And you actually have to shake it just right because there's so many chunks of large stuff in there.
Yeah.
That you have to shake it just right because it's so thick it doesn't want to come out of the holes.
Right.
I put that in there, put some garlic in there. You saw me getting that thing ready.
Yeah.
We had some samples, and now we're stuffed. And so I got to keep an eye on Patrick.
Yep, because I might fade right on
He
out.
might nod right out.
I do have a prayer request for everyone to pray for Cindy Holland and her husband, who are going through some difficult times right now.
Okay.
Well, if we're going to do
We'll
prayer
do that.
requests, I got a few of them,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and they're
Yeah.
serious.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
you might as well throw them out there. My son's mother was just diagnosed with a rare form of the sea monster, and based on an exploratory laparoscopic surgery, it looks like it could be spread throughout her abdomen. So
Yeah.
that's
And you just talked to a friend that lost his wife.
That's correct. A friend of mine for a very long time, since about 1988, I believe. His wife took ill with pneumonia earlier this year, and that turned into COPD. And they kept doing tests, and it turned out she had stage 4 lung cancer, and it was in her liver, in her lungs, and in her brain. They gave her 3 months to live, and she lived 4 weeks.
Wow.
Well, just under 4 weeks. So she
I'm going to
passed
say
away
this
on the
about
7th.
that. When these doctors tell you that you have a year, you plug that into your psyche,
Yeah.
and the power of your brain is very, very strong.
Yeah, I've lost, I tell you what, I have lost 2 friends this year. You had Tony's dogs, here in Howell. And then you also had Scott Steele, who ran Little Chef Restaurant in downtown Brighton. They told him 2 years ago that he had stage 4 lung cancer, and he'd be lucky to make it a year. He had a year at most. He lived 2 years.
Yeah.
Just shy of 2 years.
Yeah.
I have a friend that had throat cancer. They radiated it at U of M, blew it into his lungs. They wanted to put him on chemo, and he said, hell no, it's not happening. And they said, but you won't live very long. He said, I would just as soon have quality of life rather than quantity.
Right.
And they said, well, you got about a year. That was 2 years ago. He said to me, it is all about attitude. Every time I see him, he's got a big smile on his face. He's in a happy-go-lucky frame of mind. He said, I decided that if I only had a year, I was going to make it one hell of a year. It's going to be fun. And he said, at the end of that year, I just decided I was going to have another year, and I was going to make that one hell of a year, and it was going to be fun. Now I'm on year 3. So it has a lot to do with attitude.
Yeah.
And I think the air goes out of someone's balloon when this godlike creature called doctor tells you you only have a year, 6 months, or whatever.
Right.
I don't think they should do that.
Is that the doctor? It's like the doctor that told me in 1987 after an
Did you
accident
eat
that
a
I'd never
balloon?
walk again?
Fix your throat. Did you eat a balloon?
Sorry.
Did he sound like he ate a balloon?
Yeah.
Do it again.
I sound like I ate a balloon?
Dude, you sounded like you ate a balloon. You're like, is that what the roast? I was like, what the hell? Fix your throat, dude.
Well, in
Try to be professional here.
1987, I slipped and fell off the side of a roll-off dumpster that was up on the back of a truck, and my foot went between the wheels, and the doctor told me I'd never walk again. I told him where to stick it.
Yeah.
You said, I'm going to get my foot healed and come back and jam it up your ass for saying that.
I didn't say that, but I definitely thought that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and of course, you know my sister.
Yeah.
They told her she'd never walk again.
Yeah, after Lori's big accident.
Yes, and
So we've had some losses. We've had Patrick's mom, the most recent,
yes,
and we had
your mom.
Teddy's grandma,
Yeah,
and my mom last year and
Yeah.
a half ago. So we understand when you get those diagnoses, and then you hear the gods in the white lab coats that give you the pronunciation of, well, you got this much time. It does lock it. It's illegal in. Last time I checked, it's illegal in Europe for them
Yeah.
to give people time frames.
Well, one of my friends over on Lake Tyrone, where I live, died about a month and a half ago.
Mm-hmm.
Right, and nobody could figure out where he was, and somebody finally went in his house and they found him, on the floor.
Yeah.
But he never told anybody. Stage 4 cancer, and he told no one. And
A lot of people don't want to say anything.
no, it's their privacy. It's their right.
It's more than that. You don't want to own it. These guys tell you that you've been diagnosed with. I will say the doctors say where I've been diagnosed with, but I'm not going to own it. I'm not going to say I have, because I don't. I give it to God, and God's ripped it out by the roots, and it's no longer in my body. And that's the better viewpoint of how to deal with it, in my opinion. And so maybe based on that, chose not to have that conversation. The other thing that I know is that you feel like you are labeled. Like you've got this tattoo on your forehead that says the big sea monster.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody wants to talk to you about it every single time you see them. And you kind of
You get wore
don't
out.
want to be that guy.
Yeah, you get wore out.
Yeah.
I don't want to be that guy.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, let's do this then.
Oh, yeah.
Let's do this. All right, guys. You guys in the audience, just join in with us real quick. Lord, we lift up Cindy Holland and her husband and everything that they're going with health issues and everything like that, Lord. And we lift up Denise before you. Lift up the rest of our family and friends throughout our whole watching audience. Lord, we ask first and foremost for peace over each and every person that's dealing with a health issue out there. We know that just our society and our food and everything like that, there's poisons out there that are overwhelming a lot of people. And we want to go into details with that, Lord. You know exactly. So we ask for peace of mind over these people. We ask for wisdom in everything they're doing. Lord, we ask that even supernatural override the doctors' trainings and give them an instinct of humanity to help these people to overcome. Lord, we ask for solutions for these health issues, and above all, we ask that they find comfort in you alone, and that they draw close to you in these times when they're dealing with these health issues, and that they don't further complicate it by being depressed and overwhelmed, but that they find their peace within you. And Lord, we thank you for each and every one out there that's dealing with health, that they can call out to you and that we stand with them. And we thank you for all of this in Jesus' name.
Amen.
Amen.
Amen. Yeah. Thank you.
All right.
Nice.
A little bit different than what we do here, guys, but
No, we've had prayer.
well, yeah, but
Before.
we don't usually start the show out with prayer. So
No, we don't. It's usually more towards the end, actually, when we've done it.
yeah. But you brought it up, so we went for it.
Yes.
So yeah, spaghetti dinner, signature salad. Let's do the disclaimers here, and we'll call that, because we do love Jesus, but we hate religion or religious. Thank you, Dale. Dale dropped an amen in the chat there.
The dinner was awesome. Yeah, it does feel like a big, huge lead weight right here. Wow.
I took a little bit less of a plate
Mm-hmm.
because I already figured, and it was still. I finished it. I pushed through,
You prevailed.
but I'm still like, oh.
I try and
I could've done half
estimate.
that.
I try and estimate or guesstimate 1 cup of noodles, 'cause that's what I'm allowed to have.
Okay.
So I try and guesstimate that.
But these were special goat milk noodles. Did you know that?
I don't even know what that is.
It doesn't exist.
Goat's
Oh.
milk. Well, I just use that little bowl. I mean, I figured if I just stuck with the salad bowl,
Yes.
I'd be
Yeah.
fine.
And then you got a plate.
No, I didn't.
Oh, you didn't. You stuck with it, but you came back for seconds.
I got a paper plate to put the bread on.
That's how it goes, man.
Yeah.
That's how it goes. All right, let's do this, guys, out there. You know this. Our regular audience knows this, but for new people tuning in tonight, let's do this. There it is, and I got to hit my button. There we go. Notice this podcast is raw, unfiltered, and completely politically incorrect. We say Merry Christmas and the Pledge of Allegiance, especially the part about one nation under God. Thank our troops for their service. Thank you, Larry, at the table, and those in our audience. We recognize 3 genders, male, female, and mentally ill. As adults, we enjoy adult beverages. Anybody? Oh, yeah. Me and Patrick. Where's my overhead shot? There it is.
Where's Bester?
Chef,
Yeah.
he already had his drink. He's waiting for this special drink we got on the table here.
Ooh, yeah, I actually want to taste that. Which special drink you talking about? That one over there or this one over here?
This one right here.
We got both, buddy. As we cuss, we do not curse or swear. Look up the definitions, please. Cussing's when you use the F-bomb, the S-bomb, those ones.
Yeah.
Anyways, I won't go into it. We love Jesus, but hate religion and religious hypocrites. If any of this offends you, please leave. With that, I'm going to go to Teddy. What do you? You know what? I'm gonna go to Patrick first, and Teddy, you think about it.
Well, Teddy's got a lot to choose from, huh? To argue with someone who has renounced the sense of reason is like administering medicine to the dead.
It's a useless.
Thomas Paine.
I like that one.
That's a very good one. Larry.
Ooh, oh, good. Another
new
new
one.
one. Yes. A well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state. The right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. That is the Second Amendment to the United States Constitution. It was issued on December 15th, 1791. And it expires never.
When hell freezes over.
Exactly.
When you pry it from my cold, dead hands.
Yeah, they can have it then.
Which one?
Madison?
Ooh, Madison.
Madison.
Yeah.
Where's that one at?
It was our Constitution is meant for.
That's Adams.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Our Constitution was made for a moral and religious people. It is wholly inadequate to the government of any other.
John Adams. There we go.
Mhm.
And everybody here at the table, I'm gonna have to reorganize it one of these days.
And it creeps me the fuck out.
That's my mom.
Yes.
She gets an F-bomb for the night.
I like that.
All right, the rest of us.
Never apologize and never explain. It's a sign of weakness.
Weak.
And I think that people out here would do well, if you're watching, to understand that apologies do nothing with these monsters.
Nothing.
Yes.
All right, and with that, we are.
You know, that is one thing about your mom. She absolutely loved all my acronyms.
Your
Acronyms?
acronyms.
Yes.
She hated them
Yes. She absolutely hated them.
because she didn't know what they meant.
Is that
All the
why?
time, yeah. And because it was funny, because then I would catch her and she'd be going, she would go, oh, LOL, or she would, what's the other one?
Yeah.
WTF.
Well, that was of course, but there was a couple other ones that were like ones that she was used to doing. She got into doing them on her phone, and then she would use them in her conversations. I'm like, Mom, we're not texting right now. Just
I
say-
like WTF. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
Exactly. That's
Yes.
even on the calendar
Uh-huh.
after Tuesday.
Yes.
It says what the.
So,
Yeah, Dale was pointing out the treatment is worse than the disease. and he says he has been damaged. So we
Well,
understand.
I have a good friend of mine that just quit the Wegovy shot because it gave him pounding headaches.
Isn't the Wingo? Is that one of those weight loss ones?
Yes,
Yeah,
kind of like Ozempic.
yeah, and you know what people are not realizing when they're giving them it's Gila lizard. It's lizard venom, and what it does, it goes into the abdomen and paralyzes the gut, so
Yeah.
you literally start to starve to death.
Huh.
So his headaches was probably, it had something, definitely the drug, but it could have been he's starting to get dehydrated because his body's not absorbing water like it's supposed to.
Yeah, I don't know. He said he would take the shots on Fridays. By Sunday, he'd have a headache, and he said they progressively kept getting worse as the dosage went up.
Yeah.
And he said finally he had a pounding headache all week long, and he said, "You know what? I'm not doing this to myself anymore.
No.
I'll find a different way to lose weight."
No. Well, if we start getting healthy, isn't there some news on that? Who was looking that up? You were reading that, right?
Yeah, I have something in the Midwesterner coming up
Yeah.
on
What
that.
was that? It was RFK Jr. and Tom Barrett.
Yes.
We're talking about getting healthy through actual good food.
Yes. Food-based approach.
Let's go to that real quick. We might as well, and then we'll come back to the main topics tonight. Larry laptop, where's it at? That's newsreel. There it is. News.
There
Larry
it
laptop.
is,
There we
right
go.
there. All right. Health and Human Services Secretary Kennedy, Rep. Tom Barrett promote food-based approach to tackling chronic disease during Michigan visit. Excuse me. U.S. Health and Human Services Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. joined U.S. Rep. Tom Barrett,
Mm-hmm.
Republican from Michigan. That would be our congressman.
There we go.
And state agricultural leaders in Charlotte on Tuesday to promote a food-focused approach to combating chronic disease, obesity, and rising healthcare costs. The event was a roundtable at County Mill Farms hosted by the America First Policy Institute. The pair discussed the connection between nutrition and long-term health outcomes as President Donald Trump's administration continues to advocate Kennedy's Make America Healthy Again agenda.
Absolutely.
Congressman Tom Barrett said improving America's health starts with better food choices rather than relying solely on medical treatment after the disease develops. You know what? Pass the baloney.
What do you mean by pass the baloney?
Isn't that a healthy food choice? Baloney?
No, that's a bunch of baloney. There's a reason why it has a bad moniker. Teddy, have you ever eaten baloney?
Once or twice.
That's a bunch of baloney.
That's a bunch of
Come on,
baloney.
man.
We know that the least expensive medicine that we have is the food that we put in our bodies, Tom Barrett said.
Yeah.
Making healthier choices and healthier decisions is going to prevent a wide range of health conditions that we may suffer from later in life.
Mm-hmm.
Tom Barrett highlighted legislation he has introduced in Congress aimed at expanding the use of health savings accounts to purchase nutritious foods.
Well,
You know,
yeah. I am not a doctor, just like Joe Biden's not a real doctor, as Dale pointed out in the chat. But I'll tell you what, all disease, according to what I've studied, comes from either a lack of nutrition or being overwhelmed by toxins. You can trace it all back to those two things. Either you're not getting something or you're getting too much of something else. And our medical community has been trained through the Rockefeller foundations that took over 100 plus years ago and tried to get everybody on pharmaceuticals. And lo and behold, you know that the petroleum industries fuel a lot of the medical industry. And who was behind that? Oh, the Rockefellers. They're the same ones that got rid of hemp, industrial hemp. They're the same ones that got rid of, or they introduced synthetic plastics, nylons, and stuff like that are made out of oil.
Oil, yeah.
And they're the ones that got rid of the hemp oils that when Henry Ford originally was continuing to develop his cars, he wanted everybody to be able. You could grow your own corn. You could have a small still,
Mhm.
and you could make your own biofuel, and it would. And he had his engine.
I wonder if
simply
anybody
engineered.
was smart enough to make their own biofuel back in them days of the Model
Absolutely.
T.
That's where the actual prohibition came from. It had nothing to do with the government actually caring about people being drunks. It had nothing to do with that. It had to do with, if we ban alcohol, you can't run. That's what the moonshiners, the original cars, they were running shine, and they could dump it in their gas tank too. It wasn't like a last ditch option. It was the main staple. They'd make a whole run of shine, and they knew they put it in their car, and the
Yeah.
cars ran good.
And no wonder the cars outran the cops.
Exactly.
And they thought the Dukes of Hazzard was,
But
it was just a built motor. They were just running on shine.
Yeah.
right. But then they started to engineer the vehicles so that they couldn't run on it. They could only run on gasoline. They couldn't handle the more pure grain alcohols or ethanol type alcohols.
Yeah.
But Henry Ford wanted you to be able to be able to have your own still in your backyard and do it yourself.
Yep. Yep.
And they wanted to get rid of. That's what Prohibition was all about. And what happened on the backside of Prohibition? They legalized. Fuck, Larry. It's bad, dude. You don't get any.
Oh, man.
But they when they got repealed Prohibition, guess what? People no longer had stills in their backyard making their own fuel for cars.
Right.
Yeah, when you go down that study and start to see that subtext in there, you're like, wait a minute. This wasn't about trying to
What do you think E85 is?
But it's that's a modified thing,
Mhm.
and it's done on an industrial scale. And my buddy James lives down there in Indiana, and we drove by it, and he's like, "See that plant right there? If it goes up, it takes out everything in a 5-mile
Well,
radius."
see, that's a lot of things people don't realize. E85 is 15% gasoline, 85% ethanol.
Right.
So, I mean,
And you have to have the vehicle that'll run on that.
right.
Or you'll-
It's like my F-150. I burned the crap out of it. When gas was like up near $5 a gallon, I stopped buying it and just started burning E85 again. I did the same thing when gas went over $5 a gallon when Biden was president.
Mhm.
I from that Shell station right here.
Right.
Right. They're always dirt cheap on their E85. I don't know why, but they're like $1.50 a gallon under their gasoline prices. Well, at that price, E85 is worth buying.
Right.
See, there's a factor. You lose about 33% of your gas mileage. So what that equates to in numbers, my F-150 gets about 20 miles to the gallon. On gasoline on the highway, it'll drop to about 16 and a half when I'm burning pure 85. But the thing about E85 is it's 110 octane. So a lot of my racing buddies, I don't race anymore, but a lot of my buddies still do. They've converted their cars to E85 because it's a racing fuel.
Right.
So, and it's cheaper. Like to buy the racing fuel at the pumps now is like $7 a gallon. Well, you can go to a pump and get E85 and run that, but you burn more of it. The car runs at a cooler temperature. Also, your combustion chamber stays cooler, so it works really well in combination with nitrous oxide.
I always thought it ran hotter, but
No, runs cooler.
isn't there sugar in it? It's sugar based.
Corn based, so corn has sugar. So yes.
So you can end up with sugar in your fuel jets, carburetors.
It actually burns cleaner.
Yeah,
That's part of the problem.
Yeah,
is
it's all
it'll-
refined and all
yeah.
that's taken out. But I mean, it's you still have your 15% gasoline in there.
Yeah, your alcohol-based fuels will burn cleaner, but but they can be more destructive to engines that can't handle the cleaner burn.
Yeah.
Right. And
know?
to give you an example, my F-150 is 400 horsepower with 400 foot-pounds of torque. But on E85, it makes 430 horsepower with 430 foot-pounds of torque. So, why not?
Yeah.
right?
You know, I generally run, even even during normal gas prices. I generally run a 25% mix because it's like running premium fuel all the time.
Mm-hmm.
So,
So the initial thought tonight, based on the show, is it's a Tuesday night setup rant. I want to talk about being set up, and so this was actually my initial thought. Teddy picked out the quote, but my initial thought was when they can't beat you, they try to set you up for failure. If they can't beat you straight up and lawfully and legally, then they set you up, and we've seen that over
like Tucker.
the last set him up for failure.
Yeah, they set Tucker up for failure. Remember the Tucker automobile? That's what I'm talking
Oh, that's what you're referring to.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes, they set him up for failure.
100%.
And he had one of the most advanced vehicles and safest vehicle on the road.
Yep.
It was the first vehicle to have seatbelts.
Yes, and they set him up even as he was depicted in the movie.
Yes.
They set the vehicle up so that it didn't work, so that when he brought it out, it was a failure. Putting it on display.
Mhm.
But yeah, there's that. But I was also thinking about all the lawfare that all the different people have endured. That ultimately these lawfares are being turned over. Even our guys for the
Whitmer kidnapping plot?
Yeah.
Yes.
And 3 of them have now been overturned by the appellate court.
Uh-huh.
And so they're going to push it to go to the Supreme. I'm already assuming it's already been filed.
You know, I haven't been following that close. I mean, they'd be crazy to waste money.
It's not their money. They don't
yeah.
care.
Right.
The government doesn't care.
True.
And they want to prove this narrative was true, even though there were more feds involved in this supposed kidnapping than there was actual legitimate people. And the legitimate people
I don't think
never
there
wanted to
I don't
kidnap
I don't
anything.
think there ever was. I mean, it's when they were on the show, I asked them, if you remember correctly, who in their right mind would want to spend time with Gretchen Whitmer?
Right.
So why would you kidnap someone?
And they say the supposed ringleader, he was the one living in a vacuum repair shop basement
Yeah.
that just wanted weed.
They just want
You
to
know,
weed.
the feds are like, you got to do this and you got to do that. He's like, man, can I just get some money for some weed? You know, that's the text messages. So it was all fake, but they set him up.
Yes.
And that's part of what, I know you've heard one narrative, but we've heard, throughout the whole day today, I heard a whole different narrative on this supposed proposed attack, that this is just this is the pipe bomber, which have we had a resolution on the pipe bomber in DC? No, it was all bullshit. And they tried to pin it on some autistic black kid. Well, now they're pinning it on this other kid, and it's like, can you trust any of these narratives? The original narrative with the Charlie Kirk shooting, right?
Mm-hmm.
Was that the parents turned him in and everything like that. Now you find out that the family's like, no, we never believed he was guilty. There was somebody else involved, and the narrative that they put out there is not true, because the FBI just like then rushed in and said, yep, we got the guy. And now there's a whole bunch of holes in the story.
Yeah.
And they're doing the same thing with this supposed kidnapping. I listened to, what was it?
Well, we know the kidnapping was a fraud,
Yeah.
complete
Yeah.
complete
100%.
fraud, and they tried to charge 2 very good guys, the Knoll brothers, with a crime. The Knoll brothers got invited to Ohio. They drove to Ohio. They got there and they looked at each other and says, "Wow, this looks like an FBI setup. Let's get the fuck out of here." They got in their cars and went home. And then they got charged with trying to kidnap Whitmer.
Yep.
And it's like,
And
well,
they took excerpts. They didn't release the full audio transcripts of the trips that they took.
that's correct.
They did excerpts. They said it was at the end of the trip when it was actually at the beginning of trips, or vice versa.
Mhm.
The conversations at the end of the trip that they said was at the beginning of the trip. None of that works. So here, this is on Alex Jones Live, because they don't have Infowars anymore. But this is the narrative, or this is exclusive. Top FBI whistleblower says supposed terror plot targeted the White House and UFC event as a totally manufactured fantasy designed to reauthorize warrantless FISA spying on the American people, and to criminalize any criticism of Israel. So I would encourage you guys to
Wait a minute. Now I got to take issue with that. Why would you criticize Israel or why wouldn't you criticize Israel? Either, what does Israel have to do with a bunch of left-wing extremists
But there's
attacking the UFC thing?
okay, but
Israel's
so
not
there's
involved.
there's
That's
the
what
picture.
I don't understand.
There's a picture of the kid
Uh-huh.
that they're saying was this mastermind that was going to attack the White House.
Right.
But right here, Israel.
Looks like he spent too much time in his mommy's basement. That's what it looks like.
Exactly. Yeah. So the reason why Israel comes into this is because we're seeing more and more people that are being targeted who are critical of Israel. Sean Strickland was not allowed into the UFC event specifically because he was critical of Israel. One of the UFC's champions was specifically not allowed.
Well, more than half the country is critical of Israel.
Yeah, I didn't used to be, but today I am.
Yeah.
So
I've seen too much.
it's more than half the country. More than half the country is critical of.
Right.
Could be 3/4.
It could
be more than 3/4.
While places like Florida and the nation's capital are passing laws to make it illegal to criticize, and we've went over those before.
If you have a business, then if you criticize Israel,
Yes,
or boycott Israel, then you cannot do business with.
Will you pull that up so we can read that language?
Give me a second.
I refilled my skull today.
Cool.
My brain is full.
Anti-BDS laws. This is from CIApedia.
Okay.
But I'll just read out. Anti-BDS laws are legislation that retaliate against those that engage in the boycott, divestment, and sanctions movement.
Whoops.
In regards to.
I thought your laptop was working.
No, it's not. I was just reading it.
Okay, go ahead.
In regard to the Arab-Israeli conflict. Many supporters of the state of Israel have often advocated or implemented anti-BDS laws, which effectively seek to retaliate against people and organizations engaged with boycotts of Israeli-affiliated entities.
Yeah.
So, I mean, just anti-BDS laws in U.S. states. Basically, there are 37 states in the country that have anti-BDS laws.
What's BDS mean?
Boycott, divestment, sanctions, I believe.
Oh, okay.
So, anyways, that's one of the things that they set up. They're doing this, and I'll take Kyle Seraphin over.
Well, I disagree with any law that stops anybody from protesting anything.
No.
Because it's against the Constitution.
100%.
Constitution says freedom of speech.
Yep.
So that means everything can be protested.
Yep.
And the protest is different from a riot.
Yep.
Just to clarify.
Yep.
I support everybody's right to protest.
Yep. Speaking of the Israel stuff? What's your quote here, Teddy, for tonight?
So here's the quote for the day. If we have a coup, great. If we have people on the streets, great. If we can have a civil war, great. Israel couldn't care about the future or stability of Iran.
Couldn't care less.
That is from Danny Sarinowitz. One of the.
So there are people that will set you up, and they don't have. This is the amazing thing. You obviously are Larry, obviously very focused on Democrats and the leftists.
Mm-hmm.
I think that the political machine has very few people that try to stand out from the machine, and the agenda keeps rolling. Less under Republicans, but more under Democrats.
Mm-hmm.
But be that as it is, I often wonder about their strategies and their mindsets, because where they're headed is just total destruction. And it's a quote like this. It's like, a coup, great, whatever. People in the streets, great, whatever. Civil war, great. Couldn't care less. And they're not moving towards a true...
But in relation to our topic, that we were set up, our country was set up by these people
Yes.
that are policymakers in that country to, again, doesn't matter if there's a coup, doesn't matter if there are people in the streets, or if there's a civil war.
They don't care.
They don't care.
They don't care as long as they get their chaos.
But our government's been set up or influenced or whatever by...
Wasn't that two brothers fighting, technically?
These people.
Iran and Israel?
Yes. Yeah.
Two brothers fighting.
Yeah.
Were they twin brothers?
No.
No, just brothers.
No, you're thinking of Jacob and Esau.
Oh, Jacob and Esau.
Yeah, no, Isaac and Ishmael. Ishmael was 13 years earlier.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
But there's still a fight there, and people have. It's amazing to me. When I read scripture like pretty straightforward. I don't try to inject my opinion on it or take it. And it literally says about Ishmael that the Lord said, "I will bless him too."
Mm-hmm.
Now he'll be a wild donkey of a man and have enmity against his brothers, but I'm still going to bless him. And so it's amazing how people just want a lot of black and white. And I'm like, dude, there's a lot. The world is always gray.
Mm-hmm.
You know what's black and white? You know what's absolute? The love of your kids, your grandkids. Those are some absolutes. You know,
Mm-hmm.
there's some other absolutes, but they're in the. We want these solid. You know, this is a sin and that's not a sin. Okay, well, here's a lying's a sin, right?
Mhm.
Yep. Yet the spies went into the land of Canaan and came back, and Rahab is commended in Hebrews because she lied and sent the spies off in a different direction. She's commended for her faith.
Mhm.
So it's not cut and dry. To lie to a bunch of liars is not actually,
Right. I mean, I don't think you're supposed to hurt somebody's feelings. If,
well, even that.
you know, the one, like I hate to use this as an example,
Hmm.
but say somebody's wife comes out and says, "Hey, honey, do I look fat in this dress?" How are you going to answer that question?
I
A wise man would say, "No, honey."
well, but that's a setup. Those are the type of questions where you put it in the same category as
Right.
when did you stop beating
But
your wife?
I had somebody blatantly lie to me today on Facebook, telling me that Sodom and Gomorrah wasn't destroyed for the sin of homosexuality; they were destroyed for the sin of not taking care of their poor.
What?
I knew he would like that.
I'll actually disagree with both. They were destroyed. They were destroyed not specifically for homosexuality. They were destroyed because they were extreme sexual deviants. I mean,
Yes.
the worst of the worst, including
Wasn't it?
homosexuality.
Yeah.
But there was also
Bring out the men so we may have sex with them. I think,
Correct.
is in there, and then there's
and they said no and threw the daughters out,
yes,
and they raped the daughters to death. So they weren't just homosexual; they were just they were demonic
hmm
sexual deviants. You know. So, and this is in a time in a society when, they would, it's funny, people don't even have a clue when they go, oh, they were sacrificing virgins up on the hill to their God. That meant babies. That's not the hot chick that you were shown on a Hollywood thing of the hot, 17-year-old chick being sacrificed to Moloch. No, it was probably a 17-day-old being thrown off the hill, sacrificed to Moloch, if they didn't drink its blood first.
yes.
Fun stuff. Let's catch up in chat there, Teddy. We got a bunch of stuff.
Well, you got a $5 super chat if you want to read that.
$5 super chat. This is the Proud Jew 911. Good day to fellow Jews, Patrick and Jeremy. Are we Jews?
Could be for now.
I thought the only one part Jewish here was me.
Actually, when you do a search, because I won't give them I've already given my blood, but I won't do one of the 23andMe things.
Yeah.
But if you do just a cursory search on the name Soika,
Yeah.
which is my mom's side of the family, it's a familial
Bullock.
name.
Uh-huh.
Yes, thank you.
Bullock.
But it is spelled Soyka, but it's also spelled Sojka.
Uh-huh.
And half of the entries that you find going back past the mid 1800s are Jewish.
Hmm.
So I don't claim any ancestry for that, and I don't care one way or the other. But it's interesting,
Yes.
So you're not going to be Elizabeth Warren, huh?
Pocahontas.
Yeah.
We got our good friend John Bowie saying, "Hey, Borther, I believe in freedom of speech, but I also believe in consequences for speaking."
That's exactly right.
Well, I mean,
100%.
freedom of speech does. I mean, look at Neil Young, made a total asshole of himself
Yeah.
by coming out and totally going off on Trump and alienating most of his own base.
We
You
see
know.
that with a lot of these leftist artists that can't shut up enough to get
Is
out
he
of their own way.
Canadian? Somebody told me today they thought he was Canadian.
Let's look it up. Let's verify that. Illuminati confirmed.
Ah, is Neil Young Canuckistani?
Mm-hmm.
Neil Young?
Yes. Do you know who Neil Young is?
No, I'm too young.
He's looking over his pot of gold. That's what Neil's doing.
Neil Young is both a Canadian and American.
But was he born
He
Canadian?
was born in Toronto.
Okay,
Yeah.
so yeah, Canuckistan.
Yep.
What does he say? Dale's saying, because Dale knows a lot about cars. We discussed that the last Tuesday night show, 2 weeks ago. It says, oh, damn it. Chat just rolled up. He says, what? They cause major damage to the carbs and fuel pumps. I run rec fuel in my old cars, 5+ per gallon.
Yep.
So that tells you.
Yeah, it does. If you're not designed,
Yeah.
you know, like my
You have to have the little label
yeah, my F-150 came from the factory.
E85, right? Yeah.
They make kits. They make kits, and the key to that is, of course, moderation. You know, run half gasoline and half E85, boost your
Well, you
octane,
see,
and then clean your fuel
they
system.
even regular fuel they put E85 in it. That has some. in it.
Well, yeah,
And
it's,
if you run E85, like he said, I run rec fuel, and
Yeah.
all of my mowers, the small engines, etc.
yeah, that's zero
Because if you put
ethanol,
regular-
gasoline.
regular gas in it, and you let it sit there for a while,
Uh-huh.
I end up rebuilding the carburetor
Right.
every single time.
Yeah, and you're talking 10%. Regular
'Cause it
pump
builds up-
gas is 10%
Yeah.
ethanol.
Because it builds up the varnish inside there. And
Yeah.
it starts to stick.
Yeah.
Anything else in the chat there that I want to see?
John Bowie says, that's right. You have freedom to say stuff, but you will be punched for it, and that's true freedom.
Yeah.
True freedom. I like how he uses
Yeah,
all
and
caps.
freedom of freedom of speech. You know, idiots like Neil Young. Remember the Dixie chicks, the Dixie dummies? I always called them. You know, they were really dumb about it. They would leave the country and trash us overseas,
Mhm.
and then they'd come back and nobody'd show up to their concerts, and they scratch their head and wonder why.
Right.
Yeah, go fuck yourself.
And it's funny too. You can write a anti-government or anti-political song, and people will sing it with you,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
But then when you go out there and think that gives you a platform to preach to people on how they should think,
Different story.
It's a different story.
Yeah, the last thing I want is some Hollywood prick telling me how to live my life. You know what? They don't live in the same world we do.
Right.
They get paid tons of money
We're doing stupid
for
shit.
doing stupid shit.
Yeah.
You know, they basically pretend to be somebody else.
You talking about actors?
Actors.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and some of them aren't very good at it. They just make a lot of money doing it.
Yeah.
And some of them are the kind of things. Isn't Adam Chandler? He's a very big conservative.
I don't know.
I don't know about Sandler, Stan, but Rob Schneider is
Rob
huge.
Schneider's a huge conservative.
Yeah.
I mean, there's all kinds of huge conservatives. Look at
Bruce Willis before he started to lose his mind.
Bruce Willis was, and then
Sylvester Stallone.
Sylvester Stallone. What
I
about?
mean, Schwarzenegger became governor as a Republican.
Yeah, but he's not really a conservative. He's a
But-
moderate Republican.
Right.
I wouldn't list him as conservative.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, he leans conservative, I would say.
Mhm.
But then let's not forget about the master, Mr. Clint Eastwood.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Very big conservative.
Oh yeah.
Yep. But he didn't come out preachy.
Yeah,
No.
he did. Get off my lawn.
Right. Which
Yeah.
is a great, when you watch Gran Torino, that's a great movie because at the beginning,
Gary
he's very,
Sinise.
very prejudiced.
Yeah.
And by the end, he gives, when he passes, he gives the car to the kid that he initially had this huge amount of animosity towards,
Yeah.
you know?
Gary,
Yeah, Gary Sinise is
Gary
huge.
Sinise. He's another one.
Yep.
That would be Lieutenant Dan.
Lieutenant Dan.
Lieutenant Dan.
Yeah.
Mel Gibson's,
I didn't know I was supposed to be looking
Dale-
for him.
Dale's pointing out. Dale's pointing out Mel Gibson, which is he's huge. I think him, Mel, and who's the other person? They've formed. They're doing their own separate stuff aside from Hollywood.
Yeah, I've seen some weird stuff because there's that black singer that is all of a sudden coming out for Trump.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I'm talking about? The one with the gigantic butt that comes in.
Lizzo?
Huh?
Is it Lizzo?
No.
It's another one with a gigantic butt?
Huge butt. Like her butt is still coming in the room 10 minutes after she's sitting down.
Apparently, Larry, you're being paged and that they need you down at the Victory Center right away. That's what I'm seeing in chat. Stop it, you guys.
Are they having a problem with their podcast?
I don't know. I'm trying to read what Bovey said, see if I want to say it on here. It's always left. These dumb conservatives getting fired for supporting Trump in 2016. Like, didn't they know there would be consequences for admitting that?
Has anybody ever been fired for supporting Trump? I don't remember that happening.
What do you mean? Dude, General Flynn was his life was destroyed. So was Roger Stone. So was Alex Jones.
But they weren't fired. I'm thinking private corporations.
Oh, okay.
I'm not thinking
that doesn't always hit the news.
Yeah.
But we know General Flynn was
what they did to General Flynn is disgusting, and that's part of the things that really bothers me.
Yeah,
is that we let them get away with that. What they did, we let them get away with what they did to Roger Stone. We let them get away with what they did to Donald Trump when they kicked in his door illegally and seized documents that most of them didn't have the security to touch. But I guess they did because Trump had declassified them, but he hadn't released them to the public.
And he had their authorization, and he told them the week before, whatever I've taken from the White House was my prerogative, but if you want to see them, let's set it up and I'll give them to you.
What they did to Trump was illegal.
Yes, 100%.
And Trump should actually sue.
The last one, speech has consequences, brother. Change back to another name because that didn't sound like
wrong account.
Wrong account.
He says they still do. A substitute teacher just got dropped by Lowell Schools because she is conservative. Else, Livingston County Republican Party supports freedom of corporations.
Very true.
Well, I mean,
and data centers.
I would fight and die for data centers on farmland in Livingston County. I'm just so glad that that's what our Republican Party is really fighting tooth and nail for.
We should have data centers in every corner. Why not? You could go have data center video games.
You know what I just heard today? Another consequence of data centers is when they tell you that they're not using all the water, but they're just running the water through their systems and dumping it back in, is how many toxic heavy metals are being put back into the water supply through that process. So even when they tell you, no, we're just going to use the water to cool the towers and then put it back into the system and all
so you can drink it.
And it's got these huge levels of toxic heavy metals, dude.
Nickel and cadmium and all kinds of shit, heavy metals.
Yeah.
Mercury.
Ridiculous. But we need them here.
Did you drink your mercury and lead today?
Well, isn't there a thing that's coming out where the administration is trying to go after people that speak against data centers as domestic terrorists? And
no, but that was I don't know about that. You may be right, Teddy. But I know that there was an angle of the this supposed plot to attack the White House during the UFC thing. That was another thing, is the guy was critical of that there was an angle of being critical of data centers. So we got to get FISA back in place.
There's been a push too, where it's like, oh well, if we don't get the data centers, you've seen this coordinated push where it's like, if you don't want the data centers, then China's gonna make more data centers or something like that.
Yeah,
like they're trying to say, oh, think of China, think of China, think of China.
So who made this?
My buddy did.
You want to do it?
Your buddy did?
Because we're at the 9th hour. We're at the 9 o'clock hour.
See?
No, there's shot glasses, Larry. You're not going to
Slam
just
that
slam
shit.
that out of it.
Come on, do it like the hillbillies do it. Slam it right out of the jar.
Got a glass right there, Larry.
Yeah, don't touch his glass. Now it's soiled. You soiled his glass, Larry.
Come on, man.
Come on, man.
Come on, man.
Don't spill. Oh, yeah. So, Teddy, tell us about this. This is some moonshine here
Oh, I can't wait to taste
from your
this.
buddy.
Yeah, this is my buddy Andrew's homemade moonshine.
And there is a whole ooh, yeah. There's a whole roll of cinnamon bark right there in the bottom.
Yes.
So
And on the label, it was made May 22nd, and you can only open it June 13th.
because
So-
you gotta let it.
Let it ferment.
Yeah.
Yep. So from what I understand, being diabetic, I'm supposed to have cinnamon in my diet.
Well, dude, this is perfect for you then.
Yes.
Yeah. So your buddy again, what's his name?
Andrew.
Andrew. So this is from your buddy Andrew. You have a bottle at home, all your own, but you brought this for us to sample here. This is what's it called?
It's
It's
apple moonshine.
Just apple moonshine,
Apple moonshine.
but it's got the cinnamon in it. So here,
Well, here's to
cheers to
swimming
this.
with bow-legged women.
hey to all you in our audience, you missed out.
I stole that from Jaws, by the way.
Sip it and enjoy it. So yeah, Larry, you can take this stuff, drink it,
Wow.
plug a tube into
That
your
is
ass,
smooth.
and so when you fart riding down the road, your E85 car will run just fine right off of
That's
it.
right.
Yeah. Get
Mix
too
this
used to
with
that.
some White Castles.
You know what? I am opposed to them hooking up the emissions capturing devices to the ass ends of cows. I'm really opposed to that. They are trying to put that in
Are
a
they
number of
really
countries.
trying to do
Yes,
that?
they're trying to do that. But I'm not opposed to it in Larry's case. I think they should jam a hose up his ass and capture some of that because it's nasty.
Especially when he's hanging out around White Castle. Yeah.
Dude, it's nasty.
Yeah.
He's not allowed to have beans here at the man cave. It's just what's Dale say?
Well, two good old boys dumped algae in the reflection pool, caught on video.
I don't even know what that means.
Well, I guess the reflection pool they spent a few $1 million on to make it blue has algae in it after a couple days.
They're in the Capitol?
Yeah, the capital.
Makes sense.
Well,
Makes
somebody
sense.
probably peed in it. They probably have that chemical.
Yeah, yeah. So we covered some of the hype already, didn't we? Here's the thing. Let's talk about this for a minute, guys. Of course, the
tasty.
New York,
It's like apple juice.
dude. It's too smooth.
Yeah.
I want to know what the proof is.
It doesn't taste very strong. Tastes like apple juice with cinnamon.
I want to go.
Moonshine
Is there-
I've had in the past, it burn
know
your
what?
freaking eyes out if you drink too much of it too fast. Set you right on fire. This stuff
Don't
is
you have to?
good.
Teddy? Look up. What's the proof? Do you have to be above 80 for it to be flammable? I thought it
Like,
was
it's just
80 or
alcohol?
90. Yeah, I thought it was 80 or 90. 90 proof.
Why, are you going to set yours on fire?
I was gonna have you grab the lighter over there and see if this will even light up.
Yeah, 40% ABV, 80 proof.
Yeah, so 40%. So like the Disaronno I drink is 28%.
Mhm.
It's mild by comparison. So this would have to be above 40% alcohol for it to be flammable.
It doesn't taste like it.
It doesn't taste like it. That's why it could be dangerous. Do we want to grab the lighter and try it?
Just blow your breath and light
Right
it.
there above the Indian behind the screen, right on top of the speaker. You see it by the stealth bomber?
Stealth bomber.
And that little stick lighter right there? Yeah, there it is. All right, let's see if this thing lights up. Give it here.
Boom!
Nope. So we're below 40% alcohol.
Yeah.
Still tastes
I can
good.
see that.
You didn't see that coming?
No,
What's some of those? What's that one over there? There's a bourbon. That's 80. Is that 86? I wonder how that would light up. See that old Forester?
grab it, Larry. Pull it on over here. Let's experiment.
You guys are getting a little lesson. Let's see. It's not like it's gonna like blow up. It just it's
Yeah,
like
we used to drink Escorial when I was in Germany, and we would actually set it on fire and drink it.
see how I get a little flame right there?
Yeah, you get a little
It
flame.
doesn't stay on, but this doesn't. That doesn't even go up.
Now you get some flame off of it.
Yeah, and I should have put it on the overhead.
No.
Now Patrick's drinking it hot. It's like a hot toddy. Is that a nice hot toddy?
Yeah, it is.
So we'll have to see what Andrew said. It definitely tastes great.
Yeah.
We'll have to see what he says for what his average proof is, or does he proof it
I don't think he does.
How would you proof it
like that?
like that?
Yeah, you there's a couple different methods, but one of them's
Lighting it on fire.
lighting it on fire and seeing what your flame height on the surface is.
He said in a message a little bit ago that he could give us the recipe if we wanted.
Oh hell yeah, dude! Are we allowed to make moonshine here in Michigan?
For personal consumption, I would imagine, yeah.
Everybody
Well, I
does.
know our good buddy George makes his own stuff that he brings us frequently here in
Oh,
the
his
show.
stuff is good.
There's one in the fridge
Mm.
downstairs. There's a small mason jar down there that he brought.
Ah.
Well, there
Oh
you
yeah,
go.
Georgie does that. Speaking of that, I mean, you guys.
Well,
once we
thank you
finish
for
this-
sharing.
No
Yeah,
problem.
that's awesome, dude. Thanks, and to your buddy Andrew. He's watching, right?
I sent him the YouTube link, so
We definitely
I don't know if he's working or not.
we definitely appreciate Fetty.
He did correct you.
Really.
He did correct you. You walked in. You guys don't get to see the behind the scenes. We're gonna make that a pure moonshine like George makes, smooth as silk. Yeah, George's moonshine is very good.
Yes.
Anyways, you guys don't always get to see the behind the scenes stuff. When we start to make more than $5 a show, thank you for the super chat there, Bovie. Or no, that was the Jew.
Oh, potato.
Potato. Well, normally we get it from Bovie or some of the other people, but today it was the proud Jew 911.
I have a feeling it's related to that.
Could be
other
friends.
person's the account
could-
that is the person that we know, but isn't the person that we.
It's not the person we know.
It's not the person we know.
We disavow any association whatsoever. Anyways, but at some point I would love to do a subscription, like members only, of the before the show and after the show type of stuff.
Yeah.
Because Larry walks in and says, "What's up, Teddy?" And Teddy said, "It's not my name, bro. It's Fetty." I was like, "Oh, all right." A little spice going on there. If you guys out there in the audience, well, some of you do, but very few of you, if you knew what their actual screen names are between the two of them, and then you were able to go back, because the chat all disappears after the show.
Yeah.
But if you were able to retrieve it and see how you two have gone after each other under your screen names, it's hilarious. You're sitting next to each other just doing this.
Well, no, I know, because Larry will just look at me, and that's my cue to look at chat, and I see,
He's fucking with you.
coincidentally, I see Cannonball. I don't know who that guy is.
Yeah,
Say something about like how
no relation whatsoever.
I'm a Fed or something like that.
Yeah, that Cannonball guy cracks me up.
He cracks something up. He cracks you up.
I don't know who he is, but he's funny.
You got to get him on the show. Let's get Cannonball
should.
on the show.
Sometimes it's more fun not knowing who they are, though.
Sorry, I gotta follow this.
I'm just disappointed that Jeff Amayo doesn't come on the show anymore, especially since, I single-handedly kept him from office.
I thought he was in the chat
He was,
already.
he was in chat earlier.
Was he, Jeff Amayo?
Yeah, he was speaking his broken.
Because he never really blamed me yet.
Oh,
He was speaking his broken. There it is. What it is, honkass. He was speaking his broken English. It's funny when you actually study it. When you actually study it, I don't know where they're at. Well, then I don't know where they're at. They're trying to figure out where the strawberries are. Is that my wife had texted me like, "Did you grab the strawberries out here?" We had that
There's
huge tub of strawberries.
There's
Where?
stuff going around about it. Maybe it's in a Ziploc bag.
They're
stuff
claiming that there's still the remaining strawberries are in the refrigerator down there. I'm like, well, we searched the fridges because everybody wanted strawberry shortcake before the show started. This is another one you guys would have seen. Is I made the big spaghetti dinner, and all of a sudden people have room for strawberry shortcake somehow. After we're,
I would have ignored the spaghetti and just had strawberries.
No,
So
The only thing I like better than strawberries is blueberries.
there's a thing of blueberries
Uh,
in the fridge down there. So get them for you.
before you eat either one of those, soak them in acid water, 2.5.
yeah.
If you can get that,
He is.
I have it.
I got a
If
text.
you
from-
want, but it's amazing because you can take strawberries and I can put a few of them in that water and let it sit there for about 5 minutes and pull them out and rinse them off, and that water is turned brown. And that's stuff that you eat. There's a lot of strawberries
Pesticides.
and blueberries are very porous,
covered in pesticides,
and they're covered in pesticides.
right?
And so if you soak it in what's called 2.5 acid water, it takes that out
Mm.
Huh.
of them.
I
Yeah.
found multiple wild strawberries here on the property, and I've left
Those
them.
are usually the best ones.
And they're small,
Yes.
Yep.
and they're so tasty because
Yes.
they're like real without water injection. Teddy, what were you gonna say about your buddy Andrew?
He just texted me, and he has no idea what the ABV of it. He doesn't test it.
Okay,
So
that's cool. I was curious because we get a little hoity-toity here. We're a little bit of connoisseurs here on the show, so every once in a while,
Mostly sewer, but you know.
Have you ever added blueberries to
mostly
strawberry
sewer,
shortcake?
not Kana.
Yeah.
What?
Have you ever added blueberries to strawberry shortcake?
I don't think that I have.
Oh yeah. Oh.
I still tell you, dude, the one year that
Strawberry shortcake is wonderful. You add blueberries to it.
It's
and
phenomenal.
It's phenomenal. And of course, you got to put some whipped cream in it.
I try not to commingle my strawberries and blueberries,
You,
but I think it would be good.
But if you
Wait,
put
so
So I'm
strawberries,
saying I love blueberry pancakes,
yes,
and
now that sounds good. Strawberries and blueberries with whipped cream on pancakes.
that's good
Oh,
too.
dude.
I do that too. Strawberries and blueberries.
All right. So here's what I do, and you guys can take it or leave it. But they have something at IHOP called the Bacon Temptation Omelet. Okay,
Mhm.
and it's like a however much bacon it's full, right?
Yeah.
Cheese, chunks of bacon all through the whole thing, and a big omelet, right? And it's got the creamy cheese sauce in there, and it's phenomenal. Well, their normal topping is to put the chunked up, kind of almost pureed, but it's still got chunks of tomatoes. And earlier in the show, I think I told you guys I don't even like that in my spaghetti, right? So years ago, going to IHOP, I started telling them, well, you guys have got that strawberry syrup with the chunks of strawberry in the strawberry syrup. I was like, I'll substitute that for your tomato sauce on the top. And they like looked at me and they're like, okay. So whenever I do, it's been a while since I've been there, but whenever I go to IHOP, I get a bacon temptation omelet with the strawberry syrup with the chunks in it all across the top of my omelet. It is phenomenal. You get the saltiness of the bacon, you get the nice cheese, you get the eggs, and then the strawberries, the sweetness of the strawberries are just perfect. And I've had the gals there, the waitresses and stuff, they're like, I've never tried that. I'm like, it tastes phenomenal. They're like,
Have
it
you ever
does, it
been
looks
to
like it.
Tony's up in Birch Run?
Oh hell yeah. Dude, I used to
You
live.
ever order their bacon?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, you order
take a full
bacon
pound
and
of bacon
eggs,
and they just-
you get 2 eggs and a pound of bacon.
Yeah.
Yeah. A pound.
Yeah.
I used to live. Well, I lived in Millington and I lived in
Don't-
Vassar.
Ah.
Where's
Which are-
Tony's at?
Huh?
Birch
Where-
Run, right there.
Birch
Birch Run
It's not-
exit
you
on,
get off,
on
yeah, as
75.
soon as you get off Birch Run, and you instead of going to Frankenmuth, you go back over the bridge,
Mhm.
and it's on the right.
Yeah.
And you go there and get their breakfast, and guaranteed you'll never eat it.
You could order one breakfast plate for probably a table of 4.
Yes.
There's so much food. It's
Uh-huh.
ridiculous.
Yeah. I'm not kidding you. You get you order bacon and eggs.
Yeah.
You get your 2 eggs and a pound of bacon.
And it's not. And correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure when I was there, they don't top fry the bacon. They deep fry it.
I don't know.
They throw it in the deep fryer, and then they pull it out, and it comes out on your plate like a bunch.
Mm-hmm.
Remember, it's bunched up. It's not flat laid
Mm-mm.
because they deep fry it, and it sizzles quick, and then they pull it out
Huh.
with the tongs.
It's got to be really good for you.
Oh my God!
Yeah, good.
Can you imagine?
But I guess people deep fry Twinkies, and those are supposed to be good.
The kids come here.
Or Oreos too.
That's what the kids keep doing.
Yeah,
They bring a whole thing of Oreos, and then Jocelyn makes the batter,
yeah.
and they just sit in front of my deep fryer down there and just make deep fried Oreos. I've had a couple bites.
And
It's pretty good. Pretty good. I wouldn't go for it. And they're like, you got to try it. And I'm like, okay, that's good. That's good. It's not something I would go after, but they just sit down there and devour them. Yeah, they love it.
I'm
You
sure
gotta-
Oreos are very nutritious.
oh yeah, all kinds
So-
of nutrition.
I'm checking the YouTube chat. Andrew did say in YouTube, I'm glad you all enjoyed the moonshine. Enjoy.
Yeah. Thank you,
Thank
Andrew.
you, Andrew.
Dale says strawberries almost killed him. Severe allergy. Thanks, Dale. That brings us up. That really is a positive
So happy to
spin
hear
on our,
that.
that's
our
cool, Dale.
strawberry fetish.
That's
Okay.
cool deal.
Okay. Fuck with it.
Everybody send Dale strawberries.
Oh, he says just like their BLT sandwich, a pound of bacon on it.
I'm gonna.
Yeah.
Don't they use the big slices of sourdough or something like that?
Yeah, I don't know. I never had that. Yeah, the only time I've ever been to Tony's is for breakfast. I've never
right.
been
Right.
there for lunch or dinner. I've always, every time we went there, it was on the way to Frankenmuth.
I've been there before for lunch.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty good too. Yeah.
It's just huge portions,
Yeah.
and they pride themselves on that. I mean,
Yes.
that's it. Just
Okay. Well, yeah.
you're gonna go away, but don't go. You're not
yeah,
gonna go away
I
hungry,
mean, could you imagine a pound of bacon on a sandwich?
dude. It's ridiculous. I think the only one that I know that could safely do that would be Vince.
Vince.
Yeah.
Vince could do that. Vince has gotten those big, whatever the hell they are, burgers,
Yeah.
and he just
I
smashes
got,
it down.
I
and
got,
takes
I
it.
got
I'm
this
like,
friend.
dude.
I got this friend. His name was Willie. And
Is this true?
Yeah. Yeah. Willie is probably 6'4" and thin as a rail. Right. And he ate, and I kid you not, 8 Whoppers
In one sitting?
on a bed.
That's bad. Yeah. Send that to me. Facebook. Send it to me.
What is it?
It's a picture of Vince eating the burger.
Oh.
Send it to me on Facebook so I can show the crew. Oh, Dale says Italian bread. Stop, Bovie. You don't even know. He says Patrick doesn't eat a lot of bacon. You eat a ton of bacon.
No, I really don't.
You put it on the salad today.
I did, but that was just. I'm not like a big bacon eater.
I have bacon almost every morning.
Yeah, I love bacon. I don't
Dude,
have it every morning.
You know
but
what,
I love
Scott?
it.
What were we doing the other day? We were
Right.
cooking around Jocelyn's thing,
Yeah.
You got it.
and I was making bacon for I think I was making breakfast for everybody, and I said, I said something to Scott about bacon, and he didn't do breakfast, so I was late enough in the day to where I was like, dude, you want some bacon? He's like, you mean God's candy? I'd never turn it down. I was like, dude, God's
Okay,
candy.
God's
you got the
candy, I
pick
like that.
now. You can show it.
You know what's cool is you take a hot dog and you wrap a piece of bacon around it,
Yeah,
put toothpicks through it to hold the bacon in place.
yes. and
Right,
deep fry
one
it.
on each end. No, you put it in a broiler
Oh,
and just broil it the old-fashioned way.
okay.
Oh my gosh, those things are to die for.
Here's Vince, my middle child,
Yes.
youngest son, eating a burger. Where was that at?
We were on our way up to the UP to go fishing,
Yeah,
and I think this was like a restaurant just over the bridge.
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
It's got
I got
looks good.
bacon.
All
look at
sorts of
the-
vegetables.
Look at
Yeah,
the onion and
the
tomato.
onion rings. They're not the onion straws. They're the
Yeah.
full blown onion rings on there.
Yes.
Yeah,
And he took that thing down like a champ,
I couldn't even get my mouth around that thing, but he sucked it down no time at all.
dude. I try to make him enjoy stuff. I'm like, dude, enjoy that thing.
Yep.
That's ridiculous. Dude, it's crazy. It's crazy. They're still chatting to me about the strawberries, just sitting there down here. I'm like, nobody saw them. How you doing over there on the moonshine there, Patrick?
I'm sipping on it.
All right,
Sounds
because
good.
I think we might
Good,
have to
I'm
check out.
impressed.
Because speaking of bacon,
Are we gonna
what's-
try that?
What's that, Teddy? I was gonna wait till next week, but I didn't take it
Uh,
off the table, and Larry spotted it, so now we're screwed.
What's
Yes.
what?
Yep. We
This
gotta
one, check
suck
out
it.
Bubba's.
You're all screwed.
Check out Bubba's. Grab
No,
it.
that's that bacon.
Oh.
So, my drummer Matt brought over Bubba's. What was it called? Smoked?
Smoked
Or
bacon.
no, it was burnt. It was burnt. It's over on the shelf because I saved the bottle. It's called burnt sugar whiskey. It was this bottle, and I couldn't. I saw the Bubba's when I was at Jonah's today, and I couldn't remember which one it was. And they didn't have the burnt sugar. They had this one, and they had a maple something. They had some kind of maple thing, but this one is what is that one?
Bacon pancake.
Bacon, pancake, and bacon.
Yes.
So
Pancakes and bacon whiskey.
yeah, so I wasn't gonna try it. What's Dale say? Usually at Tony's, I get breakfast. On their cooking, the bacon is deep fried in a dedicated fryer.
Whoa.
I used to talk to the owner when I was when he
Wow.
was still alive.
Smell that.
So did you hear that, Larry?
Huh?
What Dale said in chat?
It smells like maple syrup.
He said, "Oh,
It smells like breakfast. There it is, Tony's breakfast, wrapped up in a bottle.
ooh, that is not right, dude. We're getting all of it. We're getting cinnamon apple moonshine,
Yes.
and now pancakes and bacon." Teddy, sniff that. Get a snifter on that, buddy. But Dale was saying that that they cook their bacon in a deep fry. It's their bacon is deep fried in a dedicated fryer for just the bacon. I will take a splash. I don't want to overload. But I'll
I
take
never
a splash.
knew that.
Yeah, I knew that years ago, but I'm glad that Dale confirmed it for me. Thank you, Dale.
Tell me when.
That's good. Stop. Holy shit! You trying to get me drunk and have your way with me?
Oh. No, I'm all right.
You gonna wait? Yeah,
I'm gonna
Teddy's.
throw up.
Maybe I'll wait.
I told you I was gonna wait on it, but Larry's lushing it out.
We could do it.
It's before 9:30. He doesn't have to leave until 11, so he'll absorb all that.
Maybe we could do it. Maybe I'll do it on Thursday.
Oh, dude.
That
You know
shit's
what?
good
Trejo's been sober for I don't know what.
stuff. The nip.
He hurt himself a few weeks back, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm going
Oh.
sober for a while."
Oh,
That's good. Thanks.
And so he, yeah.
Oh yeah.
So let's try this:
This is breakfast. Well wrapped
Yeah.
up. Yeah.
bacon and pancakes.
I like that better.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. I can taste the bacon.
Dude,
I can taste pancakes. Mm.
that's potent.
I can taste the bacon. I can taste the pancakes.
What's the proof on that?
I don't know. Can you light it?
Nope.
35% alcohol by volume.
Okay. So it's below the 80.
Yeah.
So similar to Andrew's.
I think it's pretty smooth. But I like the flavors. I can taste the bacon. I can taste the pancakes.
That was
I
20.
can taste the maple syrup.
That was $22 over at Jonah's. Got a nice whiskey flavor.
You
Your buddy Andrew doesn't sell. We just get that.
did you sample the
Put us on
blackberry?
the list.
Did you sample? Did I bring the blackberry? My wife's blackberry.
Yes, you
Old
have.
Smoky. Did I bring that over here for us to sample?
I've had it before. I don't remember if you brought it over.
I remember it.
Do you?
Remember when?
Yeah, we
Remember
brought
when-
it. We brought it up from
Yes.
Dollywood,
Yes. You guys
and
on
I
the
snuck
road.
it from my wife's liquor cabinet.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, because I can't find it anywhere. I've been to Jonah's. Jonah's looked it up and can't find it.
Mm. Well, you remember when Grandma came back? She brought a whole bunch of the little
Yeah.
bottles, all the samplers that they tried when they were down there.
Hmm.
She went down with one of her friends. That was a year or two before you went.
Yeah. Yeah, I actually still have. Remember, I brought back those ciders. We sampled that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why are they not here?
Uh,
Teddy's brought Andrew's awesome moonshine.
yes.
What's wrong? What I got to supply you with alcohol there? What kind of guy is this? All right, so speaking of transitioning from this, speaking of this, sports-wise, guys, sports-wise, of course, the UFC fight was going on there in our nation's capital. Did anybody get to watch it?
No.
No, but I liked Hillary Clinton's comments. I
Oh.
was really impressed with Hillary Clinton.
What did Hillary Clinton say?
Well, she lectured Donald Trump
Uh-huh.
and then reminded him that the White House is not his house.
It's
that
the people's house?
People's house.
It's the people's house.
Yes, and then she
And what did they
proceeded-
do with the? What did
and,
they do?
and then she proceeded. Let me see if I can find the comments because I really want to.
Let's do that. Let's
Yes.
do that.
No bamboo next to.
Oh,
What's this?
let's look at that. So apparently, guys, there's a hazardous thing. Public service announcement: do not plant bamboo near data centers. Bamboo can spread rapidly through underground. What's that? Rhizomes, and can be extremely difficult to remove. Please choose responsible landscaping alternatives. Thank you for your cooperation. Wow. So that means
We should.
we
get a
should
bunch
plant some
of
bamboo.
Yeah, right, yeah.
You find it there, Larry?
Let me. I did find it, but I don't want to pull it up until I don't want to read the whole
You don't wanna
article.
pull
I
it-
just want.
You don't want to pull it up until you're ready? Let's see here. I do have this. Let's see. What's this one? I want to open this in a by itself. All right, let's look at this, kiddos. Democrats criticize Trump for holding MMA match on the hallowed ground where Biden hosted topless trannies.
Yeah.
How dare he host it? And we talked about it before the show that Teddy Roosevelt actually held. I'm going to look that up real quick. Teddy Roosevelt actually held boxing matches. Let's see, TR boxing matches on White House grounds. Let's see.
Ooh. Yeah. Okay.
What? You're mumbling over there.
What do you find over there? All right, look at this one. This is from The Guardian. I don't know if is The Guardian even.
Yes.
Anyways, so I don't want your stupid. No, why did you pop up after I went to you, dumbass? Anyways, some 120 years before Trump's UFC event, a boxing match left Teddy Roosevelt partially blind. Trump will be a mere spectator at the UFC fights at his 80th birthday bash. Roosevelt took more of a hands-on approach. Donald Trump threw himself a huge 80th birthday party on Sunday with a UFC fight on the White House South Lawn, but he'll be a mere spectator. 120 years ago, another brash New Yorker turned president took a much more hands-on approach to sparring at the White House when Theodore Roosevelt, lost sight in his left eye during a 1905 boxing match there. Roosevelt, the 26th American president, made the revelation in 1917, 8 years after leaving the White House. Quote, what's Teddy's voice? What was Roosevelt's voice? Because I'm trying to remember the way that Robin Williams did it. Bully. Ah, yes. When I was president, I used to box with one of my aides, a young captain in the artillery. He recounted in a meeting with reporters in Stamford, Connecticut. One day he cross-counted me and broke blood vessels in my left eye. I didn't know whether this is known, but I have never been able to see out of that eye since. I thought that as only one good eye was left in me, I should not box any longer. Roosevelt had staged boxing match dating back to his time as governor in New York. His final fight took place in 1908, his last full year in the White House. Dude, he had a smashed up eye and went back to boxing again like Rocky.
Yeah.
You can't see out of that eye, Rock.
Did Hillary Clinton lecture him?
Is she? I know she's a vampire, but is she that old?
She is.
Yeah, I think she is.
so we're gonna have to look up her doppelganger back then, or whatever
Yes.
name she was using back then.
Right. But getting blowjobs in the White House, that's okay.
Larry,
And let's not forget, Joe Biden had those titty transvestites
correct.
dancing around in the White House. lawn,
Correct.
Topless.
Had crack in the White House.
I got a real problem
Crack
with
in
that.
the White House.
Correct.
Got a problem with that. I got a real problem with this Gay Pride Month.
Well, see, that's the thing, you know, and this is, you know, I am sick of the crybaby liberals on Facebook,
Yeah.
just whining of all the comments they're getting on all their LGBTQ events Facebook pages,
Right.
right? All these posts that keep showing up on my feed. Well, you know what? Keep your frickin' posts off my feed,
Yeah.
and I won't post a meme on them.
Right.
I'm not going to go out looking for these freaks. I could care less about them.
Yeah.
Right.
But if all this gay shit is pulling up on my Facebook feed, I've got 6 or 7 memes. I drop them all and move to the next one. You know, if you don't want me to comment on it, keep it off my Facebook page.
Exactly.
You know, it's that simple. Otherwise, you know, you want to live in sin, go ahead, you live in sin. You want to put the LGBTQ over Christ? Go ahead. That's your choice.
Yeah.
Right? You want to push it on kids? I got something to
But
say
if you're
about
going to
it.
rub it in my face,
You're
I'm
gonna
going to
rub
say
it in
something
my face,
about it.
I'm going to say
Correct.
something about it.
Speaking of rubbing it in your face, not that thing. 3 MLB pitchers warned against wearing Bible verses on Pride Night caps during the games. So there were, after 3 San Francisco Giants pitchers, which says something because they're in San Francisco, appeared in Friday night's game with Bible verses written on their Pride Night. So they made them wear
Pride caps.
caps that had the rainbow on it, right?
Yes.
MLB issued a warning that similar behavior will not be tolerated. So let's see what it says. So what they wrote on there was not something about Sodom and Gomorrah. What they wrote on there was Genesis 9:12 through 16. And God said, "This is a sign of the covenant I am making between me and you and every living creature with you, a covenant for all generations. I have set my rainbow in the clouds, and it will be a sign of the covenant between me and the earth. Whenever I bring clouds over the earth and the rainbow appears in the clouds, I will remember my covenant between me and you and all living creatures of every kind. Never again will the waters become a flood to destroy all life. Whenever the rainbow appears in the clouds, I will see it and remember the everlasting covenant between God and all living creatures of every kind." So that's what they put on their helmets. You can see it right there, because their teams made them wear these rainbow
Caps, ball caps.
caps, yeah, the rainbow letters on these caps, and they said, well, then we're going to put a Bible verse on it that shows what the rainbow was really for before it was co-opted by these degenerates. So there's that. In similar news, I have it saved here. Sorry, guys, you get to see the behind the scenes, but I'm going to punch on that one. Breaking news, this was 9 hours ago. Rob Schneider offers to pay the fines for any MLB Christian players who wear a Bible verse on their uniform, starting with stating that the MLB is anti-Christian. So there you go.
Anybody who puts the rainbow flag and uses it in a perverted way is anti-Christian.
Yeah.
The LGBTQ is anti-Christian.
Oh, yeah.
If you are waving rainbow flags, okay, that's idolatry.
Yeah.
You are putting the LGBTQ before the teachings of Christ.
Yeah, let me give them a whole. How did they end up getting a whole month? Who in the fucking right mind made that decision? Why was it shoved up our ass? Why don't we go find this fucker and beat the living fuck out of him? Because I'm curious. Why is it that some asshole decided that we need to make June faggot month? Why? Who now is this person, and why should we have to listen to him?
Well,
Exactly why. Why not make it Veterans Month?
Yep.
Well,
Celebrate Veterans
isn't
Month.
that the post
Celebrate-
I saw?
Huh?
That's a post I saw, and I thought I saved it, but I didn't.
Ah.
There is a actual petition going around to make it Veterans Month.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Veterans get a day and one holiday, but Pride people get
Right. Well, it's like that guy saying that
That guy?
homosexuality had nothing to do. Yeah, my Facebook page.
Yeah.
That said that homosexuality had nothing to do with Sodom and Gomorrah. So what's a sodomite? A sodom? Because he said, well, it was because they didn't take care of their poor. So what is a sodomite? Somebody that doesn't take care of the poor? I don't think that's what that word means. What did the word sodomite become? Did sodomite become homosexual in the Bible? Is that what sodomite is?
it's become synonymous with those who, as Patrick says, they keep wanting to shove it up your ass. So
Oh, butt pirates?
butt pirates. Yeah, I'm not into butt pirates.
Butt pirates.
Speaking of which,
Carpet munchers?
if you would have watched the UFC fight there on the
Pay-per-view?
White House lawn,
Yeah.
no, it was on Paramount Plus. I had access to it, but the kids were watching in 3 different.
Yeah, we don't
places
have
and-
Paramount Plus, so
Well, I got kicked off
how do you get kicked off? Paramount?
because there was too many It said too many people on this account are watching simultaneously the same event, and so it kicked me off.
Oh,
But speaking of which, somebody did. One of the winners, Teddy. Do you know which one? What one of the winners? One of the winners of his bout. Once he got done, he gave his thanks and all of his thing like that. And right at the end, he goes, "Oh, I got one more thing I got to say. Michelle Obama's a man."
yeah, I heard that.
Be careful, buddy. The last person that came out and said that we all know that Michelle is a tranny. What? She's what? Oh, get over it. She was dead a week later.
Yeah,
That was Joan Rivers.
Joan Rivers.
Yeah. I was trying to find the one where the guys. somebody did post
They actually have footage of after they pronounced Joan Rivers dead, of Hillary Clinton creeping out the back door.
Oh, so you say. Was she throwing up in black goo into a glass? Oh yeah, there it is. Look at this, Mr. Coffee.
No,
posted
but her
this.
eye teeth had blood on them.
Eye teeth. I never understood eye teeth. So this is the dude who said it right here.
Uh-huh.
It's like, by the way, and Joan Rivers is watching from heaven, giving her approval. That's awesome, dude. Hilarious shit. Anyway, so what else was on here? We did that. Oh, so that was the UFC fight. All right. But here's this one. I wanted to point this out. Here's how I wrote it in the notes. The NBA Finals. The New York Knicks win, and the New Yorkers come out and try to burn the city down.
Yes.
36 people arrested.
Uh-huh.
Let's see where that's at. I got that article pulled up. 36 people arrested in New York City for burning a bus and trying to destroy the city. Where the hell did I put it?
What Mondami have to say about that?
Oh, Mandami's a retard. He probably was like, I'm going to make sure you don't have to pay too much rent by making sure that businesses go out of business and then we'll seize their business. It's okay. He did it in a different accent than I did. Oh, there's more of the LGBT garbage.
Yes.
Oh, that was crazy. Oh, it not even, no, I was wrong. It's not 23. What'd I say, 23? Police arrest 63 in New York as Knicks fans go berserk, set bus ablaze following NBA Finals victory.
What's wrong with that?
Dude, come on. Knicks fans jumped from a bus, and Knicks fan jumped from a bus and was hanging
Did they write
from a
fuck
traffic
Trump on
light.
it?
No. So they decide to destroy a bus. Rioters have begun setting school buses on fire in Times Square during the Knicks riot. Police do not have nearly enough support. Mondami and Hochul are pieces of shit. Oh, I read that wrong. Absolute failed New York PD, law-abiding New Yorkers.
Well, why shouldn't they?
Fail?
I mean, let's be serious. Why shouldn't they act like that?
I don't know.
There's no punishment for that.
No,
This
it's
is true.
Yeah.
There's no punishment for that.
You know what? They
Antifa
probably
does that.
they'll probably get some
Nothing happens to
reparations.
them. You know,
They'll probably didn't a bunch of people that protested in
that's how
the Summer of
that's
Love,
how
didn't they get
yeah,
payouts?
that's what Democrats do, right
It is.
there.
Let's see.
So I mean, there's no accountability. I mean, we've seen it. You can break into Trump's house, take documents with an illegal warrant,
Go through Melania's underwear
go through
drawer.
Melania's underwear drawer, make up fake charges. When you realize you can't push them because they're a misdemeanor,
Yeah.
just convert them to a felony. That's not a problem.
So, in contrast to this, the Carolina Hurricanes won in 6 games over the Vegas Golden Knights, and it says that the Carolina Hurricanes celebrated their Stanley Cup win in Vegas Sunday night. Saturday, the Canes will celebrate with the city that supported them for so many years. A championship celebration is scheduled for Saturday, June 20th, 11 a.m. in downtown Raleigh. The Canes announced on Sunday night the celebration was announced on their Jumbotron inside Livonia Center Sunday, where thousands of fans attended a watch party, as well as it was emailed to fans. The Stanley Cup victory as the team's first since 2006, a historic win. For the first time, North Carolina was home to professional sports back then. 2 parades in 2 days ensued. There we go. There's a person holding up a fake
Stanley Cup.
Stanley Cup there, celebrating. I'm gonna keep scrolling down here. Let's see. It was a parade 20 years ago. The potential parade route, but wait, I'm not seeing any bus fires. Teddy, do you remember? Did I scroll too fast? Did I see a bus fire?
No,
I mean,
But
it's
I s-
obvious that delinquent stole the Stanley Cup. I mean, it's pretty obvious that's the real Stanley Cup right there.
It is the real Stanley Cup.
And they just took it like that. And they're
Well, I'm looking for the buses on fire, and I'm not seeing it in this article.
You're just saying that the
You know,
libtard
let me
city,
see,
the
let me
blue
see.
city, is out of control, and the
Hurricanes.
conservative one's not.
Yeah, let's see. Here's a list of free food giveaways and celebrating the Canes' victory. Okay, so they're giving away food. They're gonna celebrate in downtown with a parade. Wait. Oh, look at that. See that? Oh, that's just fireworks put on by the people at the stadium. That's not an actual fire. That's just they celebrate there. There they are celebrating. Those are fans. There's fans. I'm not seeing any burning buses. Are you seeing any burning buses? You guys help me out. Maybe
No.
I'm misunderstanding. Oh, there they are. They're rioting right there. That's rioting right there. Wait. Oh, they're just cheering for the Jumbotron. My bad. Thousands celebrate after they won. Okay. There's a guy with a fake Stanley Cup. He's apparently being very intimidating to the other people going, no. No, he was just celebrating with it. My bad. Let's go back to this one. Let's see. 63 arrested. There's a bus on fire. There's the charred bus right there. New York City bus.
School bus.
Yeah, school bus. Let's see. There's the bus on fire. So I'm just curious here. I'm trying to figure this out. Maybe you guys can help me. Maybe I'm slow on this. So when they win the Stanley Cup, a sport known for having fights within the game, that they let them fight it and duke it out. When those teams celebrate, they celebrate with parades.
Yeah.
But a sport known for calling a penalty if you slightly slap me while I'm trying to shoot the ball, they celebrate with rioting and burning buses.
Well, but
Is that right?
it would have been a New York team that won the Stanley Cup. They probably would have burned the buses and rioted too.
Okay,
because
let's do that. Let's look that up. Let's see. Has there ever been a riot?
maybe not in the past, but today.
Any NHL?
if you think those are bad, you should look at the football riots in Europe.
Well, of course. Let's see. Wait. Okay. The Vancouver Canucks and Boston Bruins participated in there, which was culminated with the Stanley Cup. Wait. Stanley Cup riots. Let's see. Stanley Cup riot may refer to 4 riots occurring after the Stanley Cup Finals, 2 which occurred in Montreal and the other one in Vancouver. Okay, so it doesn't even apply.
There's 2 in Montreal and 2 in Vancouver, so
It's all Canadian people, so they're crazy anyways.
Well, it's still libtard cities.
Exactly.
Yeah.
What was the let's see. What was the oldest one? Or no, what's the newest one is all right, here we go. On the evening of June 15th, 2011, in the downtown core of Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada, a riot broke out almost immediately after the conclusion of the Boston Bruins victory over the Vancouver. Okay, so this wasn't celebrating their team. This was rioting because their team lost. So they were pissed off their team lost. Nearly 150 people were injured during the incident, including four by stabbing. On the night of the riot, nearly 100 arrests were made by Vancouver police, including 85 for breach of the peace, 8 for public intoxication, 8 for criminal code offenses such as assault and theft. 2015, 4 years after the riot, police completed their investigation and recommended final charges against 2 suspects, bringing the total to 887 charges against 301 people. The riot caused an estimated $4 million in damages, with an extra $5 million being spent on additional staffing costs for prosecuting the rioters. Violence has occasionally occurred in the wake of sporting events in North America and Europe, including multiple riots in Canada since the 80s. The Edmonton Oilers fans set fires and looted in the area of Edmonton when their team qualified for the finals. Montreal vandalized Montreal Canadiens fans in 86 and 93 titles. And during the 2010 playoffs, Vancouver itself had riots following the Canucks' defeat in 1994. Okay, so that's a defeat. So I stand corrected. There have been a couple of riots.
Yep, there have.
All right, so then let me go back to here. I'm not going to ask who is rioted or NBA, how many. That's what I'm going to ask. How many NBA
Mouse at the Palace is the only thing I could think of. Like,
victory riots? Because that was 4, and they were all isolated in Canada.
Dale says, well, it's one of Biden's electric buses. They spontaneously combust.
Oh, that's
And
excuse.
then he
Okay.
says, or Michigan State burns shit down, Teddy.
Yeah. So this is just giving me news on the Knicks' latest one. Wait,
only
wait,
thing I
wait,
can-
wait, wait. Let me see this. So this is the AI saying it. There have been several notable NBA victory riots, particularly in cities like Chicago and LA. Chicago experienced significant riots with the Bulls won championships in 91, 92, 93, and 96, while LA fans rioted after the Lakers' victories, including a notable incident in 2009. So we found 4 up in Canada for the NHL. Dude, 2 injured by gunshot.
3 fatalities in 93.
3 fatalities, dude. Chicago. And now the 2026. So I'm just looking at the fact that most of these riots occur because people are opportunistic and they want to destroy shit or loot. You know, maybe I can get me a new TV. Let's see if Jeff Amayo has anything to say about looting. Apparently he's good at strangling, so let's see what's up.
The Livingston Strangler.
Yeah, let's see what he has to say. Oh, Michigan State burned shit down, Teddy. What does he say?
That's what he's saying.
Oh, that's what you just said.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dude, come on. There's a storm coming through here, guys.
Oh yeah, yeah. Letting us know.
Batten down the hatches. If we lose you on the show, we'll love you and we'll see you next time. But we will persevere until
Till we're
such
cut
times
off.
until we're cut off. But yeah, we hear it rumbling through there. All right, so that's covering some of the crazy shit. Stanley Cup Finals, they celebrate with a parade. The NBA Finals, they celebrate by burning a bus. Amazing. Let's talk about, Teddy, do you want to talk about, we discussed the FISA lab. We discussed the NBA player or the MLB players pushing back on Pride Month. You wanted to talk about the Iran or not the Iran Ireland protests against the migrants there. Do you want to touch on that? I'm going to pull some of that up for you while we're chit-chatting. Go, Teddy. I'm going to give it to you. I'm on the table cam too since your partner left you.
Oh, he always does that.
Yeah, what happened to Mr. Larry?
He's down there having a smoke before the storm hits. I don't know. When was the latest Ireland? You didn't have a site that you were article, right? I know I pulled it up over there. So suffice to say, the Irish people there in Ireland are fed up with all of the non-indigenous people being imported to their city to
Yeah, they've had enough.
they've had enough, and so they are
Kicking ass and taking names.
and they're pretty pissed off about it. And I don't know where this article ended up that I was going to bring. There's the rain. We heard the thunder. Oh yeah, it's coming down. Over 500,000 illegals living in DC metro region. Amazing. That's just one of the articles I'm scrolling through, guys. I'm trying to find where I put the Ireland report. Oh, we got to do that one too. That one's in my notes. Shit, I'll have to come back to it. You find it over there for you?
Yeah. Well, no, I was
Which
just
one?
looking through. But for Northern Ireland,
Yeah, talk about it.
it's a very complicated situation. You have basically half the people there are Catholic, pro Ireland types, and you have the rest of the half being British Unionist Protestants, and most of the rioting that was done were by Protestants in the Unionist neighborhoods.
Okay.
And now we're seeing a big push or movement in the in the Catholic communities against the riots. And
Let's go to this article while you're talking about it. UK authorities threaten Brits who share footage of horrific attack by African migrants as Northern Ireland braces for citizen results. So this was on the 9th. And today we're the 16th. So this was a little while ago. I was hoping there was another link in the sides here. UK authorities are scrambling to prepare for planned protests across the country, which have already happened. But this is from it was because a guy wasn't this guy, didn't they try to behead him in
yeah,
broad
he tried
daylight?
beheading him.
Yeah. Let me see where it's at. So they were planning multiple. This Tommy Robinson, of course. Tommy Robinson. Belfast is going crazy tonight over recent attempts of beheading by a migrant. Every Irishman I know in Belfast is taken to the riots later today. Protes, which is Protestants, and Catholics together, bizarrely. That's what that fucking guy said. Yeah, we got a big storm coming in right now.
Yeah, I was actually outside
Checking it
listening
out?
for tornado sirens.
Oh yeah,
I saw what was coming,
right.
so I decided to go out and take a sneak peek. Yeah, before the storm hit, it's getting nasty out there.
Yeah.
You could feel a cool air downdraft,
Yeah.
which is indicative.
Well, didn't we have
of-
tornadoes again down south through the southern part of the state,
I thought
Dundee area?
There were a couple in Genesee County last week.
Yeah,
Oh, was it?
yeah.
I think they're on Saginaw. or
Let
somewhere
me
else.
see if this.
I was in Dundee on Sunday.
Okay.
But we're seeing the Starmer government clamp down on the sharing about the riots or talking about the riots, and now they just banned social media for children up to 16, except Blue Sky, which, if you
Yeah.
don't know what Blue Sky is a liberal progressive alternative to X after Elon Musk took it over.
Okay.
So Blue Sky is a communist app.
Correct. It's where all the It's where all the people go when they get tired of Larry sending 7 memes to their post or something like that.
Right. So this is they're actually standing up against this, and this is the type of thing that this is a setup. They brought in these migrants, they brought them into these countries. They've specifically give them money. They rent out there's places throughout Europe you cannot get hotels. There's even places here in America you can't get hotels. They're booked out solid because they've got illegals living there and they're being paid for by the governments. They're setting people up for this. What was the quote 2 weeks ago? The JFK when
Those that make a peaceful revolution
peaceful,
impossible,
peaceful,
make violent revolution inevitable.
exactly, yeah. And so we're dealing with that. So that's huge. Ireland protests, and we're not going to see these on a lot of the mainstream or the regular news outlets because they don't want to cover that type of stuff.
Well, I'm loving it.
That they're finally standing up.
Yeah, I'm feeling sorry for those people that they
Yeah.
have to deal with this, but you get to a point where your back's pushed up against the wall and you say, "Fuck no, I've had enough."
By the way, Jeremy, I talked to our good friend Amanda Love,
Okay.
and she expressed interest in coming and hanging out with us on the podcast again.
Oh, I'd love to have Amanda on here.
Yes. You would love to have Amanda?
Amanda Love. I would love to have Amanda Love come back on the show.
I would love to have Amanda Love come back on the
She's
show
awesome.
too.
She's awesome.
I do like her.
She's awesome. So there's there's that some stuff. All right, before we go to, do we want to go to the other one?
Well, before we go to
your
before
during
we
the storm.
yeah
do your
before we
lightning
go
storm.
to the lightning storm.
Yeah.
I kind of would like it if you could you bring up Isaiah 3:9, and let's talk about Pride Month tonight as it relates to Isaiah
Yeah.
3:9.
We got Michigan Rocks in chat. I don't know if you know who it is. Saying, why is Trump paying Iran war reparations?
What's the thing?
Also,
Isaiah 3, verse 9.
Michigan Rocks is also asking, do you think Trump is surrendering when it terms
No.
to Iran?
Let's see. Okay, so Larry, you wanted me to read this one?
Uh-huh.
They looked on their countenance witnesses against them, and they declared their sin as Sodom. They do not hide it. Woe to their souls! They have brought evil upon themselves.
Interesting.
Okay, so you're doing that in reference to Pride Month.
Yes.
Yeah, and again, I don't just narrow it down to just homosexuality. I narrow it, or I leave it broadly as all types of sexual perversions.
Right, but
But
that's one of them.
But they do include that in their whole alphabet mafia,
right.
because they do have the LGBTQI plus
See,
whatever. It's
see,
like-
and here's the
Yeah.
thing: the alphabet mafia says that we single them out, that we don't go after other sins, right? Well, wait a minute. Is there a group that waves around an adultery flag?
Mhm.
There is.
No, I'm agreeing with you. That
Right.
There isn't.
There isn't. Is there? How about a
How
lie?
about serial killers before they get caught? Do they advertise?
Yeah.
Do they throw serial killer month, Pride
No.
Month?
No.
Oh,
No.
okay. So yeah, you're right.
So
Since you want to put it in our face, or as Patrick said, try to shove it up our ass, because they apparently are into that.
yes.
We're like, you're the ones who make this an issue.
right.
We've said multiple times in the show, you want to do something in your bedroom between two consenting adults, have at it.
Well, yeah. We don't even want to
Do
hear
your
about
thing.
it.
I don't want to hear about it.
We don't want you to talk to our kids about it. We don't want you making flags about it.
Correct.
I want you
I
dreaming
mean, you're talking-
stories to our kids.
Yeah, here's what this is. When I see the rainbow flag, right? It's not just, it doesn't just represent homosexuality or sexual perversions, right? Because now there's all kinds of things, metrosexual and I don't know, I can't name all their crazy crap, right? But
Which metrosexual used to just be a man who was overly groomed.
Right.
oh, is
It
that
didn't
what
mean
that was?
yeah, it just meant that
Oh.
he was overly groomed. It didn't mean that he was homosexual
Right.
exclusively. It didn't mean that he just meant that he was overly groomed
Yeah.
and very metro,
Very polished.
very polished.
Oh,
It didn't have a positive or negative homosexual connotation attached to it. It's just that, oh, that guy's metro, so he lives in the city and he's very well groomed. He's a metro.
Yeah, well, you have people that
Now
identify
it's twisted again.
Yeah, so there's so much crap out there. People
Yeah.
identify. Some of them refer to themselves as they them,
Yes.
right? As if they have like 30 or 40 personalities.
Well, that's how the demons responded to Jesus.
Why
Right.
does it?
Right.
Why is it that the Christian population is not pissed off at the National Baseball League?
Well, the real Christian population is, but you have the bastardization of the Christian church. You have the what is it? Is it pronounced Episcopal? Episcopalian.
Yeah.
You know, you have.
Didn't we have the nuns last year at this same San Francisco Giants stadium? The nuns there were in favor. They're celebrating Pride Month. Wasn't that last year?
I don't know.
The nuns
Yeah.
from whatever diocese were there celebrating. They
Yeah.
were whether they were legit nuns, they were dressed as nuns.
Yeah.
I'll look that up.
Yeah, I don't see how celebrating Pride Month is a Christian value.
No way.
I would argue that there's multiple sins here. Okay, first you have the sin of homosexuality, right? Then you have excessive pride, because what do they call the flag?
Pride.
It's a pride flag. What do they have pride in? They have pride in their sin, right? What is the sin? Something that separates you from God.
Oh, so this was in 2023. God, time flies. Let's see. 2023 Dodgers honor anti-Catholic drag nuns more than an hour before the first pitch. Nearly, so they honored them. Drag nuns.
Yeah, see, that's what they're doing right there. Is anti-Christian. They're making fun of you. I mean, I'm not
Drag nuns. There they are. Look at those drag nuns. All right, so I was conflating the two different stories, but I thought there was a group of them.
So why as a Christian would you pay money to go to this?
Isn't that idolatry? If
I
you're
don't- I-
waving that flag around and you have excessive pride for homosexuality, isn't that also idolatry by definition?
I would think.
Yeah, I mean, but then we go down the road of there's 1,001 things that are idolatry.
Yeah.
It's just some are more prominent than others. But
Yeah.
I get what you're saying. Let's look at this.
Idolatry means you're putting something before God.
100%. And people do that all the time. They put everything before God, but they don't often recognize it.
And what happens when a nation puts itself and everything within it before God?
It gets
It's-
destroyed.
Yeah. So
Look at this one I pulled up. Lesbian teacher fired for having female students kiss, grading them on their performance. And of course, it's Denver. Denver Public School board members voted 7-0 in May to fire a teacher who reportedly made girls in their class kiss each other while performing in skits. The teacher, a 50-year-old lesbian named Jennifer Honka, taught French at the Colorado High School and shared personal life details such as her sexual orientation, the use of a sperm donor, and other things.
yes, she had to
According-
get a sperm donor because that's the only way she could get sperm.
According to CBS Colorado, the kissing students were always the same sex, with another teacher saying a student came forward in 2024. The student was very uncomfortable and did not know what to do. She went ahead and kissed another student at Honka's direction. The student then shared a digital meme with the chemistry teacher that included a picture of Honka and the caption, "She makes girls kiss." The meme had circulated among the students. After the incident, the students' attendance decreased dramatically. Despite her class demographics being an even split between male and female students, a pupil in a report said they could not recall a time when Hoka selected any boys to act in the skits. students' grades depended on their participation and performance in the skits, with one student saying she'd refer to the class rule that the answer is always yes to pressuring students to taking part in it. She did no criminal charges. So she exploited the whole thing. She exploited what you got?
We have passed the mic in chat saying, sadly, we are living in a time where some individuals feel pressured to hide their belief in Jesus Christ through the fear of being ridiculed, rejected, or intimidated for their faith.
Well, there's that. There's also the real possibility that if you're white Christian and believe in your nation, you're going to be attacked. Like literally physically
Ooh,
attacked.
White Christian nationalists.
White Christian nationalists who believe in
Yeah.
their nation. They're being attacked in mass. And people, I mean, we have these. Remember, we had the flopper guy that would ran into the father who was outside of an abortion clinic, peacefully protesting, and the guy ran into him and then fell back, and the guy got charged. The dad got charged with assault and had his house raided. Do you remember that? I think that was in Texas. It was a few years back. It's ridiculous. The teacher also argued that students who complained about her conduct were discriminating based on her sexual orientation because of their strong Christian backgrounds. That's the end of the end of the quote there. The end of the article quoting it. Based on her strong, right there. They're discriminating because I just wanted girls to kiss in high school as part of a skit. Hoka's defense was that she allowed students to blow kisses or give fist bumps if they were uncomfortable kissing. One student is reported testifying the teacher allowed students to pretend to kiss. Why is it a fucking thing in the first place?
Right.
Why is the kissing thing a part of it in the first place? Why don't we have them just be in there doing skit? There's 1,001 skits that they could do that don't involve kissing. I remember doing State Fair.
I'm going to kiss the alcohol. Watch.
There you go. I remember doing State Fair. I remember doing a modified version of Cinderella in school plays. I'm trying to think of the other two plays, the predominant plays that I was in high school.
I was Peter Van Dam in. Excuse me.
Good God, Larry. Did you get any on me?
Did I get any on me?
I'm trying to think. Yeah.
I was Peter Van Dam in The Diary of Anne Frank.
Okay.
Yeah.
Was there any kissing involved in there?
I don't remember.
No.
I don't remember it. I also,
Pretty sure the Diary of Anne Frank was Anne Frank being in the attic
Yeah, but Peter
trying to survive Nazi
yeah.
persecution, writing a diary.
There was another. There was another play I was in high school. I can't remember, but I was on death row, and I was up on the stage, and completely forgot all my lines and improvised all of them. And
Did you make it through it?
Got a standing ovation.
Of course you did.
Yeah.
Like a
Afterwards, the teacher says, "I've never seen anybody completely bomb like that and recover so perfectly." So she gave me a double A in the class.
nice. I never knew you were a thespian, Larry.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
recovered on the spot.
Yeah, recovered right on the spot.
Like a furry with a
I
little
am-
tail,
it's
you pulled
like-
it out of your ass and made
Yeah,
it work.
No, I made it work, and I will remember probably after the show the name of the play, and you'll go, "Oh yeah, I know that one."
Teddy didn't laugh at that one at all. Did he even hear me?
Oh,
Good
there's
God,
a
can you
Piggy
mute your
in
fucking
here.
mic?
Did you hear that?
Dale says, I have a cousin who was a nun and a huge lesbian. She left the Catholic Church to become an Episcopalian bishop.
Wow. You know why they go lesbian?
Why?
Because they didn't get none.
I was gonna say because they got a liquor license.
Oh. Michigan rocks. That he keeps asking why is Trump's running. I don't want to get into it as much tonight because
Well,
I'm having a good time, and
from everything that I have heard, that there is not one single red cent of taxpayer dollars going to Iran because of this deal.
no, they're literally
Not
releasing.
one single
releasing-
penny.
They're releasing the money that's been held for decades from Iran.
I thought
The $300 billion was their money that's been.
Yeah, the $25 billion initially, and the $1.7 billion Obama gave to them was frozen assets.
They're all
Iran.
frozen assets.
Yeah.
They're just releasing their own money
And
back.
The people complaining about, the whole, you had all these people saying, well, Obama gave all this money in cash ballots to Iran, which was 1.7 billion, I believe, and then we have 25 billion. But I don't want to divulge into the arguments on the neocons. Why are you giving them more money? Why are you giving them money? I mean, it's their money.
Yeah, but we should make them pay for all the bombs that we dropped on them.
They are. They're going to have to pay
Yeah,
to
I mean,
rebuild their infrastructure.
Yeah, and then I'm sure.
They're going to have to pay.
I'm sure the families of the school children that were bombed definitely need to pay a little bit more because we launched a surprise attack because our government was set up per se.
Oh, Dale's
Oh,
chiming in on the nuns who don't get none.
Well, we did the Kennedy story.
Yeah, I want to do this one before we go on to. Are you ready to do your thing?
Midwestern storm.
Yeah.
Ah.
Are you ready? Time for the storm. The storm appears
storm's
to have
about-
passed. I don't hear it out there. Is any rain out
It
there?
was short-lived. Yep.
It was short-lived. So there we go. Are you ready for Midwesterner?
Uh-huh. Ooh, here we go. Sister of Abdul El Said. Did I say that right?
I don't care if
University of Chicago professor Eman. I'm not even.
Imam.
Yeah.
Or Iman?
Eman
I thought it was an imam.
Abdelahadi faces felonies for spitting on police. There you go.
That is assault.
That's that communist running for U.S. Senate. Am I correct?
I believe you are correct.
Aha. Here we have a gun rights group suing over Michigan's firearm purchase licensing scheme.
Right?
Let's dig in a little bit to this one. Gun rights groups are challenging the constitutionality of Michigan's license to purchase system for firearms in a new lawsuit.
Okay.
Michigan law requires anyone who doesn't have a concealed pistol license to obtain a license to purchase, LTP, from the local police department before they can buy, possess, or transport a firearm. The lawsuit filed on Sunday by the National Rifle Association, Michigan Coalition for Responsible Gun Owners, Michigan Guns, and Michigan Gun Owners, Michigan Open Carry, and individual plaintiffs argue the state law requiring a license to purchase is unconstitutional, citing the U.S. Supreme Court landmark Buren decision that struck down New York's concealed carry license law. The NRA has filed a lawsuit challenging Michigan firearm license to purchase. Law-abiding Michiganders should not have to seek government permission to enter into a registry to exercise a fundamental constitutional right. Well, I wholeheartedly agree with this. The right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. Right? So no license is necessary.
Correct. We should go back to constitutional carry. So
so,
every lawsuit needs to be filed against all of this bullshit.
Hooray for these guys. They're doing the right thing. Do I have hope? Where did they file this at? Did they say?
What county?
Did they? Well, I'm going to be honest with you. If they filed this case in Michigan, see, they're challenging on Second Amendment grounds, not Michigan. Was it Article 5? The people have the right to keep and bear arms in defense of themselves in the state. But they're challenging on Second Amendment grounds. That's a federal court. I would assume that they, because if you file in the state of Michigan, this is a lose-lose.
Right.
Because Democrats do not follow the Constitution.
No.
So what the Constitution says doesn't matter. You know, it's they're liberal activist judges, and they care about their political agenda and only their political agenda. The Constitution be damned.
Correct.
So,
So this is from Zaire Firearms, to jump on what you're saying, Larry. Damn it, right when I clicked on there, it popped up. Virginia's assault weapon ban takes effect July 1st. What every gun owner needs to know. Virginia is days away from one of the most significant changes to its firearm laws in decades. Starting July 1st, 2026, the sale, manufacture, transfer, and importation of certain semi-automatic firearms, commonly referred to as assault weapons, will be prohibited under state law. If you own a gun, live in Virginia, or plan to travel there, here's what you need to know. What does Virginia's new law actually ban? The Bill 217 and Senate Bill 749, signed by Communist Abigail Spanberger in April, prohibits the future sales of firearms. Semi-automatic centerfire rifles with a detachable magazine and at least one listed feature: pistol grip, folding telescoping stock, flash suppressor, grenade launcher, semi-automatic fire point pistols with detachable magazines or at least two listed features, semi-automatic shotguns with at least one features, magazine capable of holding more than 15 rounds. So they're basically trying to ban every gun.
right, and here's the thing: these laws aren't just constitutional;
Unconstitutional.
they are unconstitutional. They are grossly
Unconstitutional.
But
Yeah.
here's the thing that libtards understand about the Supreme Court. Supreme Court doesn't like to see a case until it's ripe for the picking, so to speak. So until somebody has legal standing,
Yeah.
the libtards get away with this kind of law.
Yep.
Right? It's not until somebody goes to purchase and then files a lawsuit because they got more money than anybody I know, right, can afford to take it up the chain.
Right.
Until that point, there has to be a damaged party. You just can't say, "Oh, that law is unconstitutional." File a case. What's your standing?
Right.
You got to have standing for a case. So you have to have a damaged party, is what what they're saying. Who's been damaged by this law?
Until
How
it
have they
takes
been
effect.
damaged by this law?
It's got to take effect
Yeah.
before they can
Right.
they can have standing.
And that's what the problem is in Illinois. Illinois has a law very similar to this.
Yeah.
Right? Until somebody's damaged by it,
Well,
they
that's
have no legal standing to file a case.
and what you're talking about is the same way with.
And we all know by looking at it on its face.
Yeah.
That it's
But
grossly
it's the same way that happened
unconstitutional.
with most of the challenge to the 2020 election had nothing to do with the merits of the case. They had to do with challenges of standing.
Right.
It wasn't that they didn't find fraud. It was that they had no standing to
Right.
challenge it in the various courts. Going back to this before we go back to you, Larry, it says in the months leading up to July 1st, Virginia has seen massive spikes in firearm purchases, according to the National Shooting Sports Foundation data. Background checks on gun transfers in Virginia in May 2026 were up 103% compared to May 2025. April 2026 saw a 79% increase over the prior year. Virginia ranked as the fourth highest state for gun sales in May, trailing only Texas, Florida, and California. Gun owners are rushing to purchase popular semi-automatic rifles, pistols, and shotguns before they are pulled from store shelves. And then it says, is this law being challenged in court? Yes, and aggressively. Within hours of Governor Spanberger, communist, signing the bill, multiple lawsuits were filed in both state and federal courts, including challenges from the NRA, Gun Owners of America, Virginia Citizens Defense League, Firearm Police Coalition, the Second Amendment Foundation. The NRA argues the law violates the Second Amendment protections. Challengers are pursuing separate lawsuits on different legal theories, including a challenge under Article 1, Section 13 of the Virginia Constitution. So we'll see how this goes. Let's go back to you, Larry, with what we're dealing with here in our
Back to
state.
the Midwesterner.
Yeah, yeah.
All right. Well, here we go. Here's the next one. Whitmer's legacy. Michigan drops from 19th to 32nd for economic outlook in a single year.
Hang on. Well, I thought, weren't all these data centers that she's bringing in against the people's will? I thought that was going to make the state more economically viable. It was going to make our economy go through the roof. Just, it was going to bring in like 100 jobs across the whole state for all the data centers she's bringing in. Right?
Larry, or
Like,
Teddy,
why, this
listen,
this is obviously fake news. I mean, Whitmer can do no wrong. I mean, she is all knowing. I mean,
it is
she
fake
right
news.
now?
she
I
was-
believe right now she's in Europe at an economic summit lecturing the Europeans on
How to fail.
how to run the economy.
Of course she is. But listen, guys, come on. We got to be realistic about this. The reality is the roads have already been fixed because she promised that in her first term. So that was already done. The roads are beautiful. They're great. The economy's roaring. The schools are seeing this higher and higher percentage of academic achievement across the board. And therefore,
Here,
the
buddy.
economic stuff.
Here, have some more.
You think I'm drinking the Kool-Aid?
Drink up.
well, I'm just like, she said all these data centers that were coming into the state, they were going to boom the economy of Michigan and bring us all these jobs.
Oh, just
how could this happen?
It's like the battery factories?
I'm flabbergasted. I'm shocked. I'm shocked that Whitmer isn't doing a good job.
You're almost speechless, but not
I'm
quite.
speechless.
No, you are. You do have speech.
I don't know what to say. I mean,
you're getting flabbergasted.
flabbergasted.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's getting gasted all right. I had onions.
Well, I mean,
Dude.
I'm just happy that this data center money is going to Jocelyn Benson's husband, who is a executive in one of the developers. But
Nothing to see there.
nothing to see there.
Yeah. Don't be passing wind over there, Larry. I got the nice cold. It's coming down pretty cold.
I want to make a bet that Whitmer, after she's out from the governor's mansion, will probably be on the
View?
board, not the View, the board of a AI company in the near future.
I would agree with you.
So, Michigan's economic outlook has fallen off the economic cliff, going from 19th nationally to 32nd
Yay!
in an annual Rich States, Poor States analysis of critical state policy. The decline marks a drastic drop in national standing and places Michigan in the lower half of the states for economic outlook, based on factors such as tax policy, labor laws, and regulatory conditions that strongly influence business investment and job growth. The latest ranking follows a series of policy changes enacted in recent years under Democrat Governor Gretchen Whitmer and a Democrat-controlled legislature, including tax increases and a repeal of states' right-to-work law in 2023. The repeal, which ended protections allowing workers to opt out of joining union membership, was the first for any state in 58 years. So,
Okay. Clarification
there
in
we
the
go.
article.
Yes.
It's pronounced shit smear.
shit smear.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
So there's that. So Teddy, you want to take
There's a picture of her in
Shit
case
smear.
you needed to see her.
shit smear? I don't need to see her.
Here,
Teddy,
you can have a close up.
let's do this real quick, guys.
There you go.
Wait, you're zooming in
Looks like a witch.
because I got rid of. Yeah, you zoomed in close, and I don't want to see that. So Teddy thinks that Whitmer will take a job with an AI company. Larry, what do you think she'll be doing after she's out of office?
Oh,
Not what you hope.
What? Oh, not
You
what I
hope you hope that she'll be in a jumpsuit, but I want to. What do you actually think that she's going to get a sweetheart deal and join in? He's saying AI.
I think she's going to run for president.
Okay,
No, well,
but
she
she's
said-
got to take some kind
She
of.
said she wasn't going to run in 2028.
Yeah,
She when you look at the polling, she doesn't have a chance.
maybe
she
she
may
can,
be trying
maybe
to
she
angle.
can.
She may be trying to angle for a VP position.
Yeah, she just
but
got to.
I mean, she'll be out of office like a couple years before the election, so she'll probably be mostly irrelevant by
Isn't she already irrelevant?
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
so.
yeah.
Yeah.
So Larry, where do you think you think she's going to be running for president? But a
I
job?
do.
Nowhere? Private sector job?
Oh, I'm sure
Battery factory, AI,
Yeah, okay.
something like that.
AI,
No speculation
data
on it.
center,
Yeah.
battery factory.
Something along that lines. Teddy's
Well,
voting
at
for
least
AI.
the battery factory would actually bring in a decent amount of jobs.
Maybe,
Potentially, unless they brought them all from China and had Chinese police outside of
maybe
it.
she's
Ah.
gonna go work for Four Winds Boats. Oh wait, they closed.
Oh,
They
another
announced
business
they're
gone down.
They
Yeah.
announced this week. They're
Patrick, what do
closing.
you think that Gretchen Whitmer will do post governorship?
Don't really care. I just hope she's not in politics where she makes any policies that affect us. That's all.
Patrick wants her on unemployment. I think, guys, personally, that she's going to join The View, as I said to Teddy right there. But look at this. Here's J.D. Vance on The View, literally. And what does he say? J.D. Vance makes contact with tribe of illiterate feral women.
Yep.
So I think she would fit in quite well at The View,
Yes, she would. Yeah.
being stupid and a feral woman.
Yeah, I mean, just talk to these women once, and it'll turn you into.
We should have Larry on. I think
it'll
Larry would be a great fit on
turn
The
you
View,
gay.
actually.
On The View?
Yeah, I think
You
Larry,
go onto the View, straight guy. You come out waving a rainbow flag.
Larry would not make it out of the. If Larry made it into the studio somehow, I don't even know how he would get the invite. They would not let him out of the green. You would go to leave, and the door would be locked to the green room.
Would that not?
They'd
would-
never let you get the set, dude.
That would be hilarious.
He'd be playing with his microphone, going, "Isn't
Well,
this
no,
thing working?"
well, he'd be on live TV, and he'd be like, "Hang on, I'm making a meme."
This is very true.
I don't think I'd have time for that.
Or
there.
he'd be like the show's starting. He's like, "Join us on this is another exciting episode of This Is My View at 8 p.m."
This is my view.
Shit. Anything else over there, Larry?
One more story, and I'm going to call the lightning storm over.
Just like this storm went real,
Yep,
dude.
yeah.
Your
just
storm's
went through.
lasting longer than the
Yes.
storm that rolled through here.
Jocelyn Benson has a serious
Benson.
problem with black voters. Her silence on involvement with the SPLC is making it worse. So old Jocelyn,
Ooh, a new Larry nickname for her.
No, he's been using that one since the SPLC got charged.
I thought it was like Jocelyn Benscum.
yes,
That was before. Now
that
it's,
was
it's been-
before.
It's been.
I
It's
kn-
been.
but I
But when the SPLC story came out and we find out that the Charlottesville thing
Yeah.
was paid for by the SPLC and Jocelyn Benson was on the board of the SPLC,
Yeah.
when that was going on, the nickname is earned.
Yeah.
Jocelyn Benson.
Jocelyn.
Secretary of State Jocelyn Benson
Jocelyn.
has a serious problem with black voters, and her silence on the matter isn't helping her Democrat campaign for governor. It is deeply concerning that Secretary of State Jocelyn Benson, a leading Democrat candidate for governor, has not provided a clear and substantive response to allegations of discrimination within her own office. What is there, 3 or 4 of those now? I think there's 3 or 4 of those now.
Could be, buddy.
Right. Says Bishop Carletta Vaughan, vice chair of the Detroit
Vaughan.
Police Schools Community District Board of Education, wrote in a recent editorial for the Detroit News. Reports of significant settlement involving a black woman employee, along with an active lawsuit brought forward by current and former employees, raise serious and legitimate concerns, Vaughn wrote on April 27th. About a week prior, Democrat former Flint Mayor Karen Weaver told WKAR off the record she's backing former Detroit Mayor Mike Duggan's independent bid for governor because she had some concerns with Benson. This must be an older story.
Yeah, because Dugan's out.
Yeah, Duggan's out.
Dugan.
Yes. Beyond Benson's refusal to help address voting issues in Flint, Weaver pointed to some concerns about what's going around the race discrimination lawsuits with these black women. Let's just face it. Jocelyn was on the board of the SPLC. when the KKK was paid to protest in Charlottesville.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where the big lie video came out that the fake news media edited, just showed Trump saying, oh, there were some very fine people there on both sides.
But I'm not talking about Klan members.
No. They didn't show that.
Oh, they
part.
didn't show that. They cut it right there.
Yeah, they cut that. Fox News showed
There
that.
was some very fine people on both sides.
Yeah.
They just cut it off right there.
Yeah.
No.
But he went on to say, and I'm not talking about the white supremacists and KKK because they need to be condemned totally.
Mm-hmm.
Right? That was the whole conversation. Right? Fox News showed it. NBC didn't. ABC didn't. CNN didn't. MSLSD didn't.
Mm-hmm.
What is it? MS Now or something like that?
I think it's just MS.
MS? Yeah.
Like it's-
mostly shit?
Well, they should have renamed it PMS
PMSNBC.
because they just throw tantrums.
Well, some people called it PMSNBC.
Because
I called it MSLSD because, man, they were doing some serious drugs with their reporting.
Right.
You know, it's like now, Democrats are reporting that Donald Trump is giving billions of tax dollars to Iran.
Yeah, not true.
And that Donald Trump caved to Iran's wants. None of that's true.
None of that.
Well,
No.
weren't we trying to get a regime change and an unconditional surrender? And now we're making a deal where we are granting some concessions to Iran.
Well, let's look at this. Here's Ben Gvir. If you don't know that, that's
Israeli Peter Griffin.
He's Israel's national security minister, Ben Gvir. He says Trump's agreement does not bind us. Israel is not subject to the United States, and we are an independent, sovereign nation. Our duty is to the citizens of Israel and to the soldiers of the IDF and the Jewish people, and our historical duty is to persecuted and murdered Jews over thousands of years of exile to provide security to the Jews in the land of Israel. Every time we succumb to international pressure at the expense of Israel's security, we paid for it in blood, the blood price with interest. It is true that the Oslo is true in the Oslo Accords, is true in the Lebanon Agreement 2006, and it's true in every period containment of Gaza that exploded in our faces. We emphasize we love the USA and are grateful to President Trump, and yet the state of Israel is not a banana republic. Then he stated his position: Israel is not a partner to President Trump's agreement, and that Israel must insist on the destruction of Hezbollah. Now let's contrast that with what Trump actually said over here. Let's see. President Donald Trump lashed out at the Israeli military on Tuesday during a trip to France, the G7 summit, criticizing Netanyahu's government for killing too many civilians during airstrikes on Lebanon as they try to eliminate Hezbollah terrorists. POTUS stated, Israel's fighting Hezbollah too long, too many people are being killed, and you don't have to knock down an apartment house every time you're looking for somebody. Because there are a lot of people in those apartment houses, and they're not all Hezbollah. That I can tell you. I suggested to Israel to let Syria take care of Hezbollah because, to be honest with you, I think that they're doing a better job of it. He added, and I didn't like Syria, where 2 hours before signing an agreement, there was an attack in Lebanon, in Beirut. I do not like that. I let them know. President Trump continued to say he has a strong relationship with Netanyahu, saying, you can do too much also, and we've had a very effective relationship. Without us, without the United States, there would be no Israel. Without me, there would be no Israel because no other president's willing to do what I did. Then Trump recently expressed anger at the Israeli Prime Minister reporting, asking him, what the fuck are you doing? After strikes over the weekend that threatened to derail peace negotiations, and previously telling Bibi, you're fucking crazy, regarding the recent deal between the U.S. and Iran, President Trump said, the only thing that really matters to me is Iran will never have a nuclear weapon, and It says it loud and clear. So
Well, I just
we've
want
got
to
a
say that.
lot of crazy shit going on.
But
with
what's
this.
what's the deal really about? The Hormuz Strait.
They want to
will
get
be-
the hormone straight because if we
But the-
don't get the oil prices down,
People are going
the
to be more
midterms
pissed.
are lost.
Well, they're already lost, but
Well, you're black pill, so I get it.
oh, black pill.
You're black pill, but go.
Overthrow the regime.
Yeah.
And all of that, and then unconditional surrender, and then now we're just back to a status quo where the strait is open, but if you look at the leaked aspects of the treaty, it's saying it will be under Iranian management, and we're seeing intelligence reports too that are coming out in the news of Iran can just still close the strait whenever it wants. So we're just returning to a status quo before the war. But you have now a more hardline regime apparatus in power in Iran, and now, contrary to the Iranians are getting their more money. They're getting their frozen assets back.
Right.
So
It's not. It's a dirty, muddy situation no matter what you do, and we got goaded into it as
we got set up.
Rubio slipped and said at the beginning. Rubio slipped and said, Israel was going to strike, and we knew there would be retaliation, including our own bases over there, and so we felt it was necessary to do a preemptive strike to try to prevent that, and it backfired. And we know that Israel, specifically Netanyahu and this other guy Ben Gvir, lied to Trump and said that'll be just like Venezuela. It'll be 4 days. You'll knock them out. Just like last year when you knocked out their weapons facilities. It'll be just like that. It'll be a cakewalk. The fact of the matter is, Netanyahu will go to prison if he doesn't have a war. If he's not at war with somebody over there in the Middle East, Netanyahu is under indictment and will go to prison. So he has to maintain a war status. That's why Ben Gvir is pulling this shit.
I say we cut our deal with Iran and we pull
out.
our troops.
Let's just
we
get
the
out.
fuck
Yeah.
out. And if Israel wants to continue on and
Then
do
have
their
at it.
dance, and that's between them.
Yep.
Yeah,
And
I
we're
agree.
out.
I agree with that.
Yep.
I agree with that, and as I like the idea of getting an agreement with them, so where these terrorist whack jobs can't develop nukes, and if those two want to kill each other,
Have at it.
we can watch it from here.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I could care less if those two want to go at it.
Right.
I don't give a flying rat's.
I used to be 100% behind Israel, and after what happened with Charlie Kirk and right on down the line, I don't care for them anymore.
Yeah.
Not the Israeli people, but their government.
Yeah.
Well, again, I've tried to make the distinction for a long time now. It's no different than us having our deep state and Democrats and a bunch of other nefarious people. Do you think that we were at this table all behind what Biden was doing when he was president,
Hell
or what
no.
Obama was doing when he
No.
was president?
No.
So how did the rest of the world see it? It's the same way we're looking at Israel. Your government's fucking corrupt.
Yep.
And I don't want our government, corrupt as it may be in factions, supporting your corrupt government in whatever the fuck it feels it's doing. It has no reflection on the people individually themselves. I don't have any animosity towards them directly, but I have animosity towards your government. That is just as corrupt as ours, as just as corrupt as the UK, it's just as corrupt as most governments.
We're seeing right now, sorry, to interrupt, but
Go.
we're seeing in the UK now they're clamping down. They're having censorship laws, like social media bans and
Oh, 100%.
the social media arrests that are
Yeah.
And we now see how their two-tier policing, how two-tier their policing actually is.
Yeah. What's the meme? There was a meme about it.
Amanda says she misses us.
Oh, we miss you too, Amanda. Is she tuning in or just texting you?
She's watching the show. I believe.
Nice. Shout out to Amanda Love. We miss you. Yeah, I'd love to have her. Larry, let's work at an angle where she comes on at least once a month as a regular commentator, not just a.
Oh, that'd be nice. Get her on here on Tuesday nights and
Yeah,
let her have a conversation with us.
yeah, at least once a month, something like that.
That'd be
Or
great.
even more. She's great. And once she got relaxed and comfortable
Yeah.
with a couple interviews she did with here, she was just rolling. She was having a blast.
Yeah.
And I think she thoroughly enjoyed herself.
She's a nice person. I
She's
like her.
awesome. I love her. She's got a great personality.
Bella says hi too.
Oh, hello, Ella Bella. Everybody's chiming in now in chat. Stuff
Hello,
like that.
Ella.
Ella. This is a different Ella, dude.
This is a
Don't
different
touch
Ella?
that. Yeah. Oh, did you guys see this?
Oh, Ella doesn't wear cat ears?
It's a totally different Ella, dude. I don't know what you're talking about. Did you guys see this one? This is the Unlucky Charms. The Irish breakfast now, the Unlucky Charms, now with decapitation. And look at that. The little marshmallows in there are jihad, Islam, violence, and diversity. Those are the new marshmallows in
And
your
pride colors on. Coming
yeah
out, yep.
in your Unlucky Charms. So there's that. Let me see. I got a couple more before we do it. We're coming up on the witching hour, gentlemen. Is that even the right term? I'll probably get criticized for that. I did want to touch on the. There was a whole interview that Alex Jones did with this guy right here. I'm going to pull this up. USS Liberty Association head joins Alex Jones to deliver powerful message to Congress and drop major new USS Liberty false flag information. So if those of you that don't know, the USS Liberty was attacked by Israel, and we have all the quotes about that. In fact, LBJ is on record saying, "I want that goddamn boat on the bottom of the ocean." And what they were doing was they were attacking the USS Liberty and intending to sink the USS Liberty so that it would provoke the rest of the world. They wanted to sink it, but pretend that it was Egypt doing it so that they could foment the Israeli-Egypt war. And the problem is that the truth has been slowly trickled out, and nobody has been held accountable for this. And so it was a very powerful interview. There was also a number of people that went before Congress. Wasn't Thomas Massey one of them?
I think so.
And they read through the actual transcripts and what actually happened to the USS Liberty, and it was clear that it was an American ship, and it was clear that the Israelis were attacking it, and there's never been a proper honoring of those who slept. In fact, part of the interview he talks about it. This gentleman, Phil Turney, he talked about it. He said there's a whole place in Arlington that's just a mass grave of body parts because they couldn't discern and distinguish which parts belonged to which soldiers. And he even says in the interview, he's like, I hope that it's all of my shipmates that were killed, but nobody's ever been able to be definitive on if they've got the remains truly returned. This is another setup. It's another setup that goes on, and it gets covered up. It gets lost in the minutia of the rest of the news. And these guys have lived through this. You know, these veterans, these brave servicemen have dealt with this since when was that attack, Teddy? Was that 1967?
It was 67.
Which was right at the same time they were trying to do the Israeli-Egypt war, right? Was that the 6-Day War? I'm trying to remember the history on the exact history dates. So that's a huge one, dude, that can't be ignored. I mean, people, as we salute our troops here. So when you have that type of situation, it's a serious thing. And when you have your government covering it up, and again, I'll look it up real quick while you guys are thinking about your final thoughts. I have one more article after I do this one, but we'll do our final thoughts. Let me see if I can look this up. LBJ. USS Liberty sunk. Let me see if that comes up correct. Let's see. That's Wikipedia, CIApedia. The truth of why LBJ wanted it. That's Lou Rockwell. Trust that one.
LBJ I didn't trust at all. He was one of the most crooked presidents we've had.
Well,
Second to Biden.
yeah. I mean, Roger Stone wrote the book about it of why he thought LBJ was one of the main people behind the assassination of Kennedy.
Oh yeah.
You know, so I don't doubt that. So this is from June 8th. Let me read this, military.com. Yeah, there's Massey. Massey was one of the ones, and he was requesting, it says plans to, but this has already happened. So Representative Massey plans to address the USS Liberty on the House floor this weekend and has invited survivors of the 1967 attack to attend, bringing
Is that more
renewed
thunder?
attention to one of the most controversial incidences in the U.S. naval history. Massey announced a planned speech on a X post for June 8th anniversary of the attack. Survivors of the USS Liberty have been invited to attend the remarks, which come as a federal court considers a lawsuit seeking the release of additional governmental records relating to the incidents. Members of Congress rarely address the USS Liberty on the floor, making the public discussion notable. The USS Liberty, a Navy technical research ship, was operating in international waters in the East Mediterranean during the Six-Day Wars of June 8th, 1967, when it came under attack by Israeli aircraft and torpedo boats. The assault killed 34 American service members and wounded 171 others, making it one of the deadliest attacks on a U.S. naval vessel that did not occur during a declared war involving the United States. Israel maintained that the attack was a case of mistaken identity, arguing that its forces incorrectly identified the Liberty as an Egyptian vessel. However, many survivors and former military and intelligence officers have long disputed this, arguing that key questions remain unanswered. And I can tell you most of them because I've studied the Liberty. I think, Teddy, you've studied the Liberty as well. A number of the answers that go, okay, it was a mistaken identity. But you kept going after the ship for hours. And then the problem is that you had LBJ communicating with his own, with the military, saying, I want that GD boat on the bottom of the ocean. They wanted to have what we would call a false flag, where you use it as a pretext. There. Well, that's a YouTube. I don't want to play that. Anyways, look that up, guys. Our hour is running late, and we didn't get into it in detail. But look up USS Liberty and LBJ wanting that boat sunk as a pretext to help keep us in the war. Because remember, Kennedy was looking at getting us out of Vietnam, wrote multiple memorandums to get us out of Vietnam. And as soon as he was assassinated, LBJ reversed all of that and doubled down on the Vietnam War and sent many of our brave sons and a few, I don't know how many daughters, but definitely.
I remember that.
He reversed it and ramped up the war. So there's that. One last thing before we go to final thoughts tonight and get out of here, because we're all feeling pretty tired and the storms rolled through. Where did I put it at? Let me find it. I had it right there. As Tulsi Gabbard exits her office, where the hell was it? Right. Scrolling down. Anyways, I'm gonna pull up this article for you guys and show it to you. Tulsi Gabbard exposes the fact that we had, I don't know if anybody saw this, on the floor of the House. There was more discussion about these. I don't know. Did anybody remember going through this COVID bullshit and everything that was going on? And it was supposedly a Chinese wet market. That's where it came from.
Yep, it was a bat.
Yeah, it was a bat or was a pangolin, which I didn't even know what a pangolin was until this happened. But Tulsi Gabbard, on her way out, has exposed once again that one of the things happening in Ukraine, especially under Biden and previously under Obama, is that Ukraine was a hotbed for, right here it is. Thank you. Tulsi Gabbard releases info on U.S. government-funded biolabs in Ukraine. National Director of National Intelligence Tulsi Gabbard announced the release of files Friday detailing U.S. funding of more than 40 biolabs in Ukraine as part of research programs funding over 120 biolabs in over 30 countries. Until now, evidence regarding the full extent and the funding of these laboratories has been knowingly withheld from you, the American people, Gabbard said in a video announcement on the release of the files. Despite the obvious potential for catastrophic global impact research on dangerous pathogens in biolabs can have politicians, so-called health professionals like Dr. Fauci, and entities within the Biden administration's national security team lied to the American people about the existence of U.S. funded and supported biolabs, threatening those who attempted to expose the truth. Outgoing DNI wrote in a press release. So, so this is the ODNI will continue to work closely with partners across the government to identify where these labs are, what pathogens they contain, to end dangerous gain-of-function research that threatens the health and well-being of the American people and people around the world. So this is yet another aspect of this, and Tulsi's bringing attention to it on her way out. She's got nothing less to lose than to expose the truth. But this is what's going on. This is one of the reasons that Ukraine was, we funneled so many money into it, and why stupid decisions were made by previous administrations, because we had all these biolabs there. And we're making, they've got this process. Remember, Larry, you like this. You are wrong, Senator Paul. We were not doing gain of function research there. We were doing just like where you make them so that they gain some functionality, but it wasn't gain of function. It was only functional gains. You don't even know. You are lying, Senator Paul. Remember that? So that's what they're talking about. Is we've got all these biolabs, and the justification is we have to make these deadly pathogens because somebody else might make them, and we've got to make them and come up with an anti-agent, a remedy or a potion to save us.
Oh, you mean like COVID-19?
Yes, which was easily taken out with ivermectin, hydroxychloroquine, but we vilified that, calling it horse paste. Remember that? We took horse paste. You're gobbling goo. Remember that fucking asshole, late night asshole? He's like, oh, you took the vaccine? Okay, welcome to the ER. Oh, you gobbled some horse paste? Sorry, Wheezy, you get to die in the lobby.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah.
I'm paraphrasing that piece of shit, but that's what he fucking said. Jimmy the fuck
Kimmel.
shithead Kimmel. Anyways, all right. That's all I had for my news. Anything else? Well, we'll go to final thoughts.
Well, yeah,
Patrick, you
because we're
sent me
talking
something?
about. Yeah, I did send you something.
Okay.
Because you're talking about this and COVID-19.
Oh, the
and it
ticks.
segues me right into this. That came off of my clothes after working in my garden for a little bit,
Okay.
and
Is that a tick?
Yeah.
Yep, sure
And you've
is.
never had a tick on you in your house in how many years?
It never happened, and then all of a sudden it's going crazy.
But you've had that house for
33 years.
33 years. I was going to say 3 decades. Yeah.
Yeah, and why is it all of a sudden we're getting hit with a big boom of ticks? I saw it was a video put on by a farmer, and he was in his tractor had a cab on it, and he would show pictures of the windows, and they were crawling with ticks, and he was talking about how they were destroying his animals, his cows, etc.
Yeah.
And I feel like Bill Gates and our government are behind this bullshit.
How do you get them off of you? You can't pull them off, right? Because you can pull their heads off and it stay on.
You use a.
Can you pour salt on them, or is that for leeches?
That's for leeches.
Yeah, I've always you heat up the end of a screwdriver and touch it to them, and they pop off. But to prevent them, you can go to Tractor Supply and get some powdered. Don't breathe it, but you can get some powdered sulfur,
Yeah.
and then you put a little bit of that powdered sulfur in a sock,
Yeah.
and you slap your pant legs and your shoes,
Yeah.
and they don't like that at all. And if I see another one, because I had one on me 2 months ago, if I see another one, I'm going to start doing that every time I'm working out here. But I haven't had one since then. But you had this one just the other day?
Yep. This is recent.
Dude,
Just recent.
fuck those things.
So I went
But you're
out.
right.
Went out with some poison. I got a tree sprayer. The thing will shoot 30 feet, and I just hosed down my entire house, all of the bushes and the plants and the grass, and as much as I can of my property has been hosed down with that poison. I'll be damned if I can deal with these things.
Right.
But it's ridiculous. I have to go through that.
But it's
And I
their
feel
policy.
like You know, Bill Gates is not allowed. If he shows up in some countries like South Africa and that, they'll arrest him. You'll never see him again. And I'd like to see that happen. I'm tired of these assholes trying to push this crap on us.
Yeah, well, and again, Bill Gates is the one dropping the mosquitoes, dropping the ticks, doing all that. But he's got the solution for us, buddy. He's got the solution, remember?
Yeah.
He's going to give us lab-grown meat.
Yeah, we want to eat that.
So if you get alpha-gal, no big deal. Not a big deal, buddy.
Well, there's just a lot of damn fraud, you know.
Oh, it's across the board.
And
That's why one of the bright lights is.
And I was big time behind Donald Trump because I thought he was going to expose this shit and get rid of it, and we were going to see people in leg irons and chains, and none of that's happened. So it's freaking disappointing on both sides of the coin, and it's it's like, what direction do you go?
Yeah, we can't. He can't give immunity to the manufacturers of glyphosate. What are you doing? You can't do that, dude. Glyphosate. That's the real reason people have allergy. Not. They say it's gluten allergies. It's not gluten allergy. It's because they spray glyphosate on the wheat after it's harvested so that it's natural. Just like you were talking about the strawberries and blueberries earlier. The reason people have a problem with wheat bread and stuff like that is not because the wheat is bad. It's because what the garbage they spray on it.
Right.
Everybody that goes to Europe that they don't allow glyphosate on the crops, they had problems over here with their bread. They get over there, they eat bread, they lose weight, they're healthier, and they're devouring breads and pastas and all sorts of stuff.
Yeah.
No problems. Over here, there's so many chemicals and bullshit on it that it tears people's guts up and causes all these health effects, negative health effects.
And, consequently, diabetes, cancers.
All this stuff exploding.
Heart disease, it's exploded, yes.
Yeah. All right, Patrick, was that your...
That was my final.
That was your final thought. Let me a signature there, buddy. And then we're going to go to Larry for a final thought. Dude, this air kicked down and my eyes are drying out.
Yeah, no, we can kick the air off. We don't need it.
But I will say I haven't had to smell Larry, so that makes a difference.
Gee, thanks, buddy.
Well, I'm saying you gas over there. You admitted it.
Yeah.
All right. What's your final thoughts there, Larry?
Final thoughts is I wish we could play a Christina Lake video.
Oh, is that what you want? Let me go back to it.
That's my final thought for today.
Ow! Who did that?
Not me.
Oh, was it me?
I don't know.
Dude, that just cut out.
It was probably Larry.
It was
Blame it
probably
on
Larry.
Larry.
He turned away from it. Let me see where Larry's at and see where this video is.
Should be.
Is that it right there?
But I'm not voting for Christina Lake because I can't.
Running for circuit court judge. Livingston County isn't just where I work, it's where I was raised, had my first job, learned how to drive, and at age 19, where I became the trustee of the Village of Pinckney to place the people first. I have continued to place the people first throughout my 20 years as a lawyer, and now I want to place the people first as Livingston County Circuit Court Judge. I'm Christina.
That's Christina Like, and I played it for Larry. There we go, Larry.
Thank you.
You're welcome, buddy. Is that it? That's your final thought?
That's my final thought.
All right, pass it to young
The
Fetty.
Bester, the best of the Bester.
Fetty the Bester.
We didn't get the best of the
Give
Bester.
him the. Oh, he's got it. I'm looking at your paper. Overhead there. Teddy's learning to do the really big Trump style signature.
That's the proper way to do it.
That is. You got to have the. Go.
My final thought is that good dinner tonight and enjoyed the moonshine. I hope you guys enjoyed the moonshine.
Dude, it's great.
And I think I'm just grateful for being on the show and being friends with you guys and just going through this together. I mean, I think we could talk about all the stuff,
Right.
We can listen to like a 12-hour Larry Lightning Storm, but in the end, I mean, I'm glad for the brotherhood we have here, and I'm glad to just be your guys' friend and enjoy my Tuesday nights with you guys.
That's awesome.
Yep. Ditto.
Yeah.
I second that.
And I appreciate that, Teddy. Last week, some technical things, but there was some also a family thing that I was dealing with, and I got calls from all three of you. But Teddy, a couple different times, just called to check on me as well as you guys. But after that, and so I really appreciate that. I echo that, Teddy. That aspect of us having camaraderie. That's why we like to break bread, and have a dinner together and hang out. Teddy likes to come over and do karaoke with us when we have it, and hang out for other events that we have here at the Man Cave, and that means a lot. We got to continue to foster our community connections, our friendships.
Well, I'm looking forward to the big party we're gonna do July 4th.
We got to talk about that. We got to talk about what we're going to do. So, all right. My final thoughts. I'm not even going to go to these news articles. You guys can look up the news articles. There's crazy shit going on. And
So,
no,
before
Larry.
we exit the show,
You already had your final thought, Larry.
how's your band coming?
Band's coming good, dude.
Yeah.
I'm actually.
How's that new guitar player?
Dude, Scott's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he's working his ass off to do that. Michelle Obama's a man. Yeah. I love it.
That UFC fighter, that was hilarious.
Dude, that was awesome. But the band's doing good. We got somebody coming in on keyboard just to sit in with us on tomorrow. We'll see what's up. But I'm playing our good friend my mom's really good friend Annie. They were friends for the last 9 years of Mom's life. Annie asked me for her daughter, Mandy. They asked if we would come and play the wedding, or asked me, and I'm going to take Scott with me. And so we're going to do just kind of some instrumental music leading up to the procession. And then I'm going to sing, what's the Elvis, Fools Fall in Love. Wise men say only fools rush in. Can't help but falling in love. Yeah.
But I can't.
So
help.
I'm going to do that for them on coming up.
You can
this
always
Saturday.
come up with the name of the song by singing it. Isn't
Correct.
That funny?
Yeah, so I'm gonna do that coming up this Saturday for them. So that'll be cool. And then we've got some other dates that are starting to get lined up throughout the summer. We're getting some calls, and it really just comes down to scheduling with all the guys. But we're trying different variations where we can go do an acoustic set with one, with me and Scott, and maybe one other person, or we can do the full band on some of these things. So we're working on that.
I'd like to come out and hang out with you and Scott. Try and do that song, Home Sweet Home. That'd be fun.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah.
We'll talk. So thank you guys all for tuning in tonight. Appreciate it. Like, share, and subscribe. Do all that. Thanks for the super chat earlier in the show, even though it was from the proud Jew. Nothing wrong with being a proud Jew, I guess.
Yep.
I guess.
I'm proud around you.
You know what?
Did you like that?
Larry, we can't have any pride here, though. Come on.
Yeah,
No pride during Pride Month.
I do love you though. With that, we got to call it. Everybody's tired. We've already had long weeks, dude. We had a huge long weekend.
And I got to be up at 5. to
Yeah.
work.
All right, so we'll catch you. We actually have a special Sunday show because my whole weekend is packed up, and that'll be with Shane Trejo. Teddy the Fed will be here, as well as Dennis Marburger, and then we have a special guest joining
I
us
thought that
on
was
Skype.
Thursday show.
That's Dad's Day. You're doing this on Dad's Day?
No, I'm saying, did I say that wrong?
Yes.
We're not doing, because we got a long weekend, we're not doing the Sunday. We're doing a special
Thursday show.
Thursday show.
There you
So
go.
we'll see you in 2 days, guys, for that show. Tune in, and it'll be earlier. I think we're starting at 6, so you guys may catch it on a replay more than you catch it live, but we'll expect you guys to be in chat. And with that, we're out of here.
This is my brain.
Dad, that's an egg.
Yeah, that's an egg.
Honey,
Dude.
that's an egg.
Seriously.
That's an egg.
It's a metaphor.
It's still an egg.
That's an egg.
I would challenge you.
That's an egg.
I know my brain is not actually an egg, okay? It's a metaphor.
Metaphor or not, that's not your brain.
It's just an egg.
Una cerveza para mí. My egg is my brain.
Can I at least have some bacon, maybe some sausage with that egg, though?
Oh, I want some bacon.
I want crepes.
Have some bacon and pancakes with that egg.
I'll take it with cheese.
Extra large brown cage-free eggs.
Can I have your brain with hot cakes?
A little sausage and a little toast and potato.
That would be great.
Does it have antibiotics?
I don't know, man. I'm not good at this shit.
Well, they got to be able to resist some diseases.
You resist the disease.
Has it got any hormones?
Maybe. It's cage free.
Vegetarian?
Maybe.
Are they vegan?
No, I eat steak.
Never apologize and never explain.
Never apologize.
Never apologize and never explain.